Tokyo landfill number 0. As a result, the government is facing public scrutiny.
Whoa, they seriously bought the whole thing? Those vampires must be loaded.
Don't tell me you actually believe in vampires.
I saw them myself on last week's Scales of Estrella. That was the real deal.
Well, if you believe in vampires, then what about all the other monsters, huh? Do you think werewolves exist too?
Yeah, what about Frankenstein?
Oh, hey, Yuki.
I have a lunch delivery for you.
Thanks.
Ah!
Gotcha.
Did you see anything? You saw.
No, I didn't.
You liar! I know you saw.
I swear I didn't see anything, Yuki. Okay, you got me. I caught a quick glimpse. Sorry about that. It wasn't a bad view if it makes you feel better.
Don't be creepy, Akira.
Jeez, what do you want me to say?
I don't know. I just figured that maybe you'd be a little more interested in what you saw.
What was that? You say something? Thanks a lot, Yuki. It's nice to have someone worry about me. Sorry I did that. Sorry about that. I know, I shouldn't have left in the middle
You
of class.
idiot. You had me worried. Do you have a minute, Yuki? I have a few questions for you about the Student Council financial report. It'll only take just a second. Yeah, sure thing, Nanami.
Don't be such a wuss, man.
Ryohei, you think I should have made a move?
She'd probably beat the crap out of you if you tried.
I think you're right.
And Yuki is pretty cute, though.
Yeah.
I don't get it, dude. Why don't you try harder?
Try harder at what?
I don't know. Everything?
I don't know how to explain it, but I just feel like things are fine the way they are, you know?
I don't know what's gotten into you lately. You used to be so much cooler before. Well, I guess nothing you can do. Sorry.
Dude, we've been looking all over for you, Ryohei.
So you're a member of the student council, right? Do you think you could do us a favor?
Let me guess. You want the AV room again. What for?
Princess Nina's gonna have another press conference. And we want to see it on the big screen.
Man, you guys are pathetic. You really believe that vampire crap? Now watch it at home because you're not seeing it here.
Would you talk some sense into your friend here, Akira? You want to see Mina too, don't you?
Who's this Mina person?
How can you not know who she is? Yeah, the whole school's been talking about her nonstop. She's the ruler of the vampires.
Oh, yeah.
Quit playing dumb. You know what we're talking about. You were interviewed on that Scales of Estrella show.
Sorry, but vampires just don't interest me. And I'm not really big on TV or the news.
Hey, we're not done talking to you.
I can't seem to get away from all this vampire talk. Why does it make me feel like this? Is there something I can help you with? Hey, you!
Stay away! Akira? Are you sure you're gonna be okay?
Yeah, I'll be fine. Sorry for worrying you.
It's okay, but you gave me a good scare this time.
I don't know what happened. It kind of scared me, too.
That head injury you had last year was pretty hardcore. Maybe what happened today is somehow related. I think you need to go to the doctor and double check everything, just to be safe.
All right, Dr. Yuki.
Cut it out, I'm serious. I want you to promise me that you'll go to the doctor and get yourself checked out.
I'm gonna go. I just can't today. So I need to try harder, huh?
of human beings. Truth 2. I'm dedicated to the karma of the immortal. Truth 3. I have been chosen to govern the world of the dead.
Mina Tepish,
The one and only.
are you for real?
What do you mean by that, dear sir? Are you asking me if I'm really a vampire? Or are you asking me whether or not I'm truly Mina Tepesh? I guess it doesn't matter either way. The answer is the same. You see, I am the ruler of the Hey, wait! Come back here! Damn it! I hate these dumb clothes! I can't move at all! Please do not assume that I am always this helpless.
Why have you been following me around? And why were you crying last time?
You don't remember. You really have lost all your memories.
Princess! What the hell? What do those bastards think they're doing?
You saved me.
What's going on? Are they after you?
An attack? Does that mean it's begun?
No, those aren't our men. Must be somebody else.
Yeah. I'm sure that many of our kind have been waiting for an opportunity like this.
May I have your attention? Due to unforeseen circumstances, service has temporarily been halted. We apologize for the inconvenience.
Who are those guys who are after you?
It's hard to say. There are many who would love to see me dead. Both human and non-human alike.
And they just attack you out of nowhere like that?
You start to get used to it after a while. They'll try just about anything because they know it's not easy to kill me. Well, that is until now anyway. I'm afraid my shade gel is beginning to wear off.
What the hell is shade gel?
It's a drug that when applied topically can prevent our cells from being destroyed by sunlight. I have about a minute left.
What happens when your time's up?
The sunlight will turn me into ash.
How can you be so flippant about it?
Whatever shall I do? This is quite a predicament. I have shade gel with me, but I cannot put it on myself.
Damn it. How did I get dragged into this?
What do you mean?
I don't get why I have to help you. I mean, don't you have servants?
Hurry up. This dress isn't going to come off by itself. I may have the body of a child, but don't worry, I'm actually hundreds of years old.
So there's no reason for me to feel weird about this, right? So not true. Still creepy.
Just hurry and put it on. I can't do it by myself.
You want me to put it on you? No way.
Is that a problem? I told you, I may look like a child, but I'm much older than you.
I know, but it's still freaking creepy. So, tell me, do you always have people trying to kill you like that?
Unfortunately, yes.
Then why were you walking around in broad daylight without a bodyguard? That seems pretty careless.
It was your pinky. It called out to me. That's why I risked it all to come and find you. But it seems I was wrong in doing so.
Who's there?
It's the police.
There was a terrorist bombing down the street. We are looking for possible witnesses. Do you mind if we ask you a few questions?
Liar!
Impressive talent, young man. Tell me, how did you know they were assassins?
It sounds weird, but I could smell it.
My, what do we have here? Now I'm being attacked by humans? Well, do you want to tell me who you work for? Or shall I just force you to talk with a bite on the neck? Behold, this is the power of the vampire. This is who we truly are. I swear I saw Akira back there. I'll be safe once I make it to the Bund. Thank you very much. You saved my life.
Honestly, I still can't believe you're really a vampire.
I don't know why after everything you've seen today.
Let me ask you something. Why did you suddenly reveal yourself and announce you were building a Bund?
This is my way of preparing for battle. Now let me ask you something. Do you feel happy the way you are now?
It's tough to say since I've lost my memory. I was in an accident last year and I woke up with amnesia. Isn't that crazy? 16 years gone in the blink of an eye. But I have friends that stuck by me even though I couldn't remember them. And a sweet girl who's always worried about me. So I guess I'm happy.
I must be going. Until we meet again. Akira. The reason I was crying was because I was so happy to see you.
I don't get it. How do you know my name?
I've been expecting you, Princess. Someone very important would like to meet with you, so I have been sent as your personal guide.
Is that so? Where will you take me?
To our organization.
Oh, so I have another enemy.
Oh, you... Hey!
Stay back! This is the realm of the night. As one who lives in the daylight, you have no business getting involved.
Princess! You're coming with me!
Let go!
You won't get away from me.
Who are you? Which clan are you from?
Damn it.
I warned you not to get involved!
Stop it! He has nothing to do with this!
Are you crying? Is he really that important to you? You're not talking, huh? Find it!
Why do you cry for me?
Why are you crying? Does your tummy hurt?
Princess.
There's no reason to cry. I'll always be by your side. I promise that I'll protect you. I'll always be there for you. I promise.
Princess. Don't cry, please.
What a landing! That was the end of him! What the hell? He can't be.
This is my true form.
He's a member of the Earth Clan?
Your country. I am so pleased to make all of your acquaintances.
This isn't gonna end well.
That was the day everything changed. The day our peaceful school suddenly became a stage for the dazzling rondo of the vampires. don't have to worry. I promise that I'm not going to bite you. Well, it just so happens that one of my royal servants is a student in this class. If you have no objections, I would like to be seated next to him.
Your royal servant?
Correct. Akira Kaburagi.
What? Seriously?
Sister, my apologies. I intended today only as a greeting. I'll stop interrupting your class. Akira, I want you to come to the chairwoman's office after class. Understood?
Yeah, got it.
Okay, what the hell? When'd you become that vampire servant?
Yeah, man, what did the princess mean by that?
You told us you didn't give a crap about vampires.
Butt out, guys, I got this.
Hey, I think we have a right to know, Ryohei.
Yeah, tell us. What's she want with you?
Toilet. Nice, what was that?
Wait!
Spill it, Yuki. Did you know about this? He trusts you.
May I have your attention, please? Addressing all student council members. An emergency council meeting will be commencing shortly. All executives and class officers, please report to the student council office immediately.
Yuki, wait.
I repeat, addressing all student council members.
Damn, guys, get off my back. I could use an explanation for all of this, too. I've gotten some of my memory back, but nowhere near all of it.
Next year, on your 17th birthday, in accordance with our ancestral vows, you will be remanded to the princess's service, where you will remain at her side. This assignment will serve as a litmus test to gauge your ability to handle responsibility. Do your best.
I know, Dad, and I will. It must have been after that when I... Damn it. That's where it's still all fuzzy.
I thought that I might find you up here.
Yeah, hey.
With the exception of the administration and the instructors, everything at this academy is run by the students themselves. Our esteemed chairwoman founded the school on this very principle, and to simply ignore precedent and allow vampires to enroll without student approval is unthinkable. I'm taking this directly to her and putting an end to it. Wait, directly to who?
So you're saying the chairwoman is actually here?
They say she hasn't even shown her face since the day she opened the school.
Don't question her. I'm sure the president's thought this out. You have a good reason for doing this? Or are you just that scared?
Do not be afraid, people. As we speak, the rest of the world is being overrun by these bloodsuckers. As the student council, it's our duty to make sure the same thing doesn't happen to our beloved school.
Oh, so you're not?
Not me. I swear I'm not a vampire, Yuki.
But then, how are you the princess's servant?
Well, it's like a family obligation. I don't know, it's kind of hard to explain.
What, you mean like an arranged marriage or something?
It's not like that. My dad ordered me to do it. Not that I really have any idea what the point of it all is.
So your memory, is it starting to come back?
Yeah. It's still just bits and pieces, though. At least now, I guess I'm finally beginning to remember who I really am. Or what I am. Anyway, forget I said anything. I'm sorry I've had you worried all this time.
It's okay. I'm glad for you, really.
Thank you. Well, I better get a move on. I've made her wait long enough. See you later, Yuki.
Where is he?
I would imagine that he's still quite confused at the moment. All of this happened to him so quickly, after all.
Yeah, you're right. Guess it's to be expected.
What do you people think you're doing? You can't just barge in.
It's my understanding that the chairwoman is in there.
What should we do?
It's okay. Let her in.
We beg your pardon. Miss Chairwoman, why have you permitted a vampire to enroll in this school?
I'm sorry, but I didn't catch your name, young lady.
Student Council President Nanami Shinonome. So tell me, is this monster blackmailing you or something?
Is that the question you marched down here to ask?
Yes, I want to know.
I understand, and your concern is duly noted. You heard the young lady. Anything to say on the matter, Madam Chairwoman?
Obviously, I can't blackmail myself, nor would I, as attending this academy was the reason I built it in the first place. I am the founder and also the chairwoman of this prestigious academy. I am Mina Tepesh.
No way.
Yeah, very funny. You can't be the chairwoman. I mean, you're just a kid.
Have you already forgotten what I am? I have lived decades longer than the three of you have combined.
Come on, you've got
That's enough.
Of course. It all makes sense now. I knew there was something strange about this school. How all the windows are made of polarized glass and the gym was built in the ground. It's all because...
You're a clever girl. I've only recently arrived on campus, but I'm happy to see the school has grown into a valued place of learning. The students are cheerful, and self-reliance fills the halls. I can't thank you enough for your efforts. Because of you, this will be the perfect school for our children when the Vampire Bund is finally established.
You can't be serious! We didn't fight tooth and nail for the betterment of this school just so you could turn it into a den for you people. For vampires!
I hear you want to be a lawyer one day, Miss Shinonome. Is that correct?
We have no privacy either.
Serve out your student council term without incident, and I'll provide a scholarship and recommendation to the university of your choice.
You're horrible.
All right, Miss Shinonome. Are you finished with your questions?
I am not.
Then I'll have to ask you to come back another time. The chairwoman has a very busy schedule.
Damn you.
Hey, sorry I'm late. I guess I've got you at a bad time.
Akira, one moment. So I take it you really want me gone from this school?
Yes.
In that case, how about a small wager?
You gave this to me, right, Yuki? So then, does that mean that we're...
This is Student Council President Nanami Shinonome. By this time, I'm sure you've all heard that Mina Tepesh, the self-proclaimed ruler of the vampires, has transferred to our academy. The Student Council is adamantly opposed to this outrage. And so, in direct response, I use my council authority to announce a boycott on afternoon classes. Furthermore, after negotiating with the school's administration, we've reached an agreement and succeeded in winning a major concession. If we can catch her servant, second-year student Akira Kaburagi, the princess will withdraw her transfer to our school. My fellow students, allowing vampires into our school is worthless. It must not be permitted. You all know what you have to do. Capture Akira Kaburagi, protect the sanctity of this institution, and protect our peaceful academy.
Also, whoever catches him will be rewarded by the student council. We will give the winner's class or designated club extra funding.
Hell yeah!
Damn it, Saijo. By doing that, we're just stooping to the vampire's level.
People need something tangible to fight for.
Well, I suppose you're right. Let's get started. Yusuru, please give me the strength to get through this.
For crying out loud. Talk about fuel for the fire. This is like pouring oil on hot embers.
You can do it, Akira.
And you can bite me, princess.
You're not coming down with the cold, are you, princess?
No, we aren't susceptible to the common cold.
I wish I was so fortunate. As for this meeting, I believe it should prove to be a watershed moment in trying to pass the Special Zone Establishment Bill. I must admit to you, I have high hopes.
Well, it's time to set foot on the battlefield.
Akira Kaparagi's been spotted in building number 2. Got it. I'm on my way.
Seriously, wanted signs? When did anyone have time to make these, much less put them up? My cell phone. Hi. Later. Hey, Akira, over here!
For Princess Mina's sake, don't let him get you, dude.
You can do it.
Thanks, I owe you one.
Wow, you student council executive officers are really good at your jobs, aren't you?
Thank you. Oh, come on.
There is only one thing I want from you gentlemen today, and that is the ratification of the Special Zone Establishment Bill, which the esteemed Mr. Izurugi's faction has submitted. It's that simple. If only your politicians had the spines to be so decisive, Japan would not be in the dire financial straits it is today. Vera, show them what I mean.
Ma'am.
I would like you gentlemen to take a look at this first. Then we can discuss the matter further.
Impossible.
That's preposterous. Is this accurate?
I assure you it is. So what are your thoughts, gentlemen?
This is insane. Why wouldn't they just put up for a second?
I don't need funding!
Damn it! It's always about the money.
Of course it is. I can assure you, gentlemen, that I am not bluffing. Approve the fund's creation or I'll withdraw these corporations.
I'll find out what you're up to. I swear it.
We can't allow that. We would be ruined.
Well, that was the plan. Those companies were strategically chosen to do the most damage.
I'm sorry, Princess. We're not able to give you a definitive answer right away. Give us some time to look over these documents, and we'll get back to you.
So naive. You're all so incredibly naive. You're certainly welcome to waste time and avoid the situation, but it will not turn in your favor. In fact, you will only drive yourselves into a corner as the clock ticks away and you run out of places to try and hide. There's no escape now. You gentlemen are this nation's elite. You few determine the fate of the land in accordance to the will of the people. You should just give it up already. Will you grant our proposal? Or will you turn us away and make things more difficult for yourselves? It's your decision.
Where'd he go? I think I lost him.
That was impressive, Akira.
You saw all that?
I guess it's true. You really have lost your memory. Wow. That flustered look is really doing something for me. You're the princess's servant, huh? Do you also serve her in the nighttime?
You kidding me?
Then explain this. I added my contact info. That way you can get a hold of me.
Hey, Ren. Whew, I am beat.
You did have a workout, of sorts.
You can say that again. So, how was your meeting today?
It was a joke. I think the student council might have more backbone than the politicians of this country. So, how are you feeling? Has the rest of your memory filled back in yet?
Nope. It's still full of holes. I feel like there's so much I don't remember.
Even the promise you made to me 7 years ago?
I made a promise. Doesn't ring any bells.
Oh, I see. Well, I guess it's to be expected. Memory has only started to come back to you. But if you just give it some time, I'm sure you'll begin to remember everything more clearly. You've always been lighthearted and carefree. You dared to fool me!
Ow, okay, I'm sorry, cut it out!
I'm glad to have you back, Akira.
Me too. Thanks, Princess.
Man, Nanami's been working herself to the bone.
I appreciate you walking me home.
Not a problem. I wouldn't want to leave you all by yourself out here. So it must have been quite a shock to find out about Akira today.
There's something I think about to this very day. Back then I was so focused on Akira, it never even occurred to me. I honestly didn't have time to worry about anything else. I can't help but wonder what would have happened if I had waited for Nanami. I wonder if things would have turned out differently.
I managed all right today, but I can only imagine that things are gonna get tougher from here.
Never fear, I have a plan.
Since revealing herself to the human race, Princess Mina Tepesh, the supposed vampire ruler, has repeatedly given the same statement each time she's been questioned, the only exception being her sworn testimony before Parliament. She's just announced that she will be holding a press conference to set the record straight.
As you ordered, all evidence of the attack has been cleared, and Nanami Shinonome is being treated as an absentee.
Does Akira know the truth?
No, ma'am, we've completely covered our tracks.
Well done.
Hey, Princess. Sorry to interrupt, but Nellie asked me to bring you a fresh towel.
Thank you, Akira. You can leave it on the chair.
This doesn't make you uncomfortable?
Not in the least. I've come to realize you're just messing with me.
Well, I think if the special zone is established, it would be an unprecedented event and a story any journalist would die for.
Tell us what you think about Princess Mina Tepesh, the vampire ruler.
I'll refrain. But at this time, I will say that my opinion may change depending upon the outcome of the press conference.
I don't know about this. You sure it's a good idea?
Ah, look who's suddenly concerned about my well-being.
Please don't do that. You know how much I hate the smell of that damn shade gel.
You're so mean.
We're doing our utmost to ensure security. All members of the press coming onto the Bund are being checked thoroughly. Their personal effects are being inspected for foreign objects, and they're undergoing physical examinations. We're testing to ensure that they're all human. Hello? Princess.
I was wondering when you'd show up, old fox. Your timing is impeccable. It's been a long time, dear Juno.
Dear Princess, please know that I, Juno, the Marquis of Demai, am pleased to look upon your lovely visage once again.
I see you haven't given up your tongue-twisting manner of speech. Tell me, what brings you all this way, old friend?
May we speak privately? This is not a discussion I would care for your guard dogs to overhear.
The Earth Clan are dignified knights. They've been protecting the royal family for centuries. You should not speak of them in such a disrespectful manner.
So, the princess has resorted to guard dogs and a henchwoman of lowly blood.
You heard what he said.
I came here to assist the princess, not to pick her. My soldiers will protect her from this point forward. I suggest you call off your dogs, my lady. And why don't you go back to the forest? Return to whence you came from and find a new master!
Who the hell is that old man?
Juno, the Marquis of Demai. He's the head of a line of nobles, ones who serve the Tepesh royal family.
I hope you'll forgive me, Sir Wolf. I never should have given in to his provocations. I know that's what he wanted.
He must have felt the development of the Bund was simply too important an event to be overlooked. I assume he's come here to secure his own interests, which puts us in an advantageous position.
Yes, that's true.
And if that's the case, we need only do what is expected, nothing more, Lady Vera.
Not to interfere, but have you and Sir Wolf had an opportunity to talk yet?
No, we haven't. I was told he's my father, but I don't have any memory of him. I gotta say, this whole thing's caught me off guard.
How?
I didn't think vampire society would be so complicated.
It's really not too difficult to understand. You see, the royal family has absolute authority. Therefore, we have constant battles between lineages that hope to gain that power. The princess ardently desires to develop this bond. I will not allow anyone to take advantage of the situation or prevent that from happening. I will do whatever it takes to make it happen. Anything at all.
Can I ask you something? Why are you so devoted to Mina?
Well, because she means everything to me. Now let me ask you something, Akira. Do you think you're worthy of being a servant to the princess? Do you think you'll be able to live up to her expectations?
I'm just going to do all I can for right now. I don't know if I'm worthy or not. I don't. But I made a promise to her a long time ago.
Those are property of the Marquis of Demai.
So they're already arriving. Jeez, they just keep coming.
I know, this is just the beginning.
There's just so many.
The scoundrel who attacked the princess in front of you the other day. He was a vampire, correct?
Yeah.
The thought of a vampire threatening her life is completely inconceivable.
Why? Because she has absolute authority?
No, it's more complicated than that.
Why has the princess chosen this place? She doesn't belong in the far reaches of Asia. It's unthinkable. I cannot allow it.
My lord.
What? C4. Do we know who?
What do you mean more complicated?
The death of the princess would be catastrophic for us. It would mean the end of the vampire race.
Interesting. The wind's starting to pick up.
Coming to you live from the Central Management Center of Tokyo Landfill Number 0. An unprecedented press conference with Mina Tepesh is being held here today. Everyone is waiting with anticipation to hear the message of the ruler of the vampires and the owner of this island.
I'd like opportunity to thank each of you for accepting my invitation. I promise to answer all of your questions to the best of my ability, so you may ask to your heart's content.
The conference has begun. This blunder of theirs is a disgrace.
We'd better get going, Vera. We've got to go clean up their mess.
It has been discovered that one of the agents I brought along with me has gone missing. We are attempting to locate his whereabouts now.
And you think this man is responsible for stealing the bomb?
Yes, that is my suspicion. He was a newly recruited agent who joined shortly before our departure. Therefore, I am unfamiliar with his background.
So you're saying you have no idea who he is?
Yes, ma'am. I'm truly sorry, but your announcement of the press conference caught me by surprise. If I had been told in advance, I would have had the time to conduct a more thorough screening of our new agents.
A deadly weapon has gone missing. The princess is at risk because of you.
Silence, wench! Although his background is unknown, at least we know that the person suspected of stealing the bomb is a vampire. You can deny it all you want, but the reality is that there are vampires out there who would harm our mistress. I realize the severity of the situation. The princess is in danger, and I am partially at fault. However, simply knowing that the suspect is a vampire will help us to keep her protected.
Your logic doesn't make any
I've
sense.
heard enough. The press conference will go on as scheduled. Dermai, you will remain in charge of security as I have ordered.
Yes, ma'am.
Princess? Damn it. I can't believe she trusts him. So, any word on the bomb?
We've been searching, but we haven't had any luck.
It's gonna be difficult to find him. There are so many places to hide since nobody's really moved here yet.
He has to come out sooner or later. Judging by the timing of the theft, I think it's safe to assume that he intends to use the bomb during the press conference. So the question is, where is he hiding?
No way.
First of all, on behalf of all of us here, I would like to thank you for answering our questions today. I was wondering if you could tell us about establishing a special zone. How were you able to get the government... Princess?
My apologies. I had imagined the first question would be something more fundamental. I was expecting, are you really a vampire? Something like that. I assume after the Scales of Estrella show, there's no need for me to answer such questions. It seems that program turned many into believers. However, I guess that there are probably more skeptics here today. But that's to be expected. As journalists, you forsake sensationalism and deliver the hard facts. I assume what you'd really like to know is how a little girl from a foreign country plans to negotiate to obtain this fund from the Japanese government. So shall I start there?
Exactly. That's the question we've all been asking. She must be running some kind of scheme. What does she mean by Bund? Like the one in Shanghai?
The answer to that is one word. Money. This government's failed economic policies have caused the national deficit to skyrocket to 1 quadrillion yen. I am prepared to assume the entire amount as soon as the special zone is approved. As I'm sure you're aware, this country's economy has been on the rise recently. And do you know why? Just prior to this upswing, we transferred many of your failing corporations into our control. We are also responsible for many of your large-scale public works projects, including landfill number 0. We did this for you to lay the groundwork. You see, by helping you grow stronger, we thereby improved our chances of getting you to help us in return. Let me put this bluntly. If the special zone is not approved, I'll have no choice but to withdraw our financial support.
That's blackmail!
Why should we continue to give to someone who refuses to return the favor? I'm sorry, but we did not come to this country to be charitable. I would like to take this opportunity to clarify what this means and what I'm asking of the Japanese government and its citizens. I currently have ownership of landfill number 0, meaning we have exclusive land and building rights on the Bund. However, I would like this land to be recognized as leased territory belonging to us. I demand that there be no term limit on the lease. The Vampire Bund will belong to us indefinitely. It will be a settlement, much like Hong Kong and Shanghai once were. Land that exists within a country, but is actually a separate nation entirely. We will not be Japanese, but a chaotic mixture of different cultures. That is my desire. I want to create a kingdom of vampires, by vampires, for vampires. On the Vampire Bund.
What do you want at a time like this?
Old man!
Old man? Who is this?
The members of the press. Did you check them as they came in today?
Don't be ridiculous, boy. Of course we checked them. Each person was physically searched and their equipment examined.
Are you sure they're all human? Did you test them at the door to the interview to make sure there are no vampires?
That's not necessary. We tested everyone coming onto the island.
What is it, Akira? What's going on?
We have to hurry. I smelled shade gel on one of the reporters who walked past us.
But we ran tests to ensure that everyone who arrived was human.
Someone must have changed.
You don't mean...
That's the only explanation. One of those reporters was human when they got to the island, but they somehow became a vampire while here.
Why would anyone do that?
Because a vampire can hide a bomb. Get it? Remove a few organs and it'd be easy to smuggle inside.
Lady Vera, We found a large amount of blood in the hotel room of one of the reporters at the conference. We've also come across internal organs that our suspect has recently removed.
Who is it?
CNN newscaster, Nicole Edelman.
Miss Tepish, may I ask how you were able to afford the astronomical sum of 1 quadrillion yen?
My ancestors have quietly been amassing an unparalleled fortune for centuries. We were already wealthy when your people were working with stone tools. So splurging on something like this would hardly even make a dent in our finances.
The thought of that much money is incomprehensible.
And how can you expect us to believe you? After all, this is based on the premise that you're actually a vampire.
I knew we would reach this point sooner or later. I'm at a loss right now. I simply have no way to prove to you all that I am indeed a vampire. Surely you don't expect me to expose myself to sunlight. I could drive a stake through my heart, but that only proved my own mortality. I know. I could always just suck the blood of one of you to prove my point. My. I never would have imagined that I'd actually have a taker.
Are you really who you claim to be? Are you the ruler of the vampires?
I don't need to suck your blood, because it's obvious that someone has already beat me to it.
Rip her open!
There's no time!
It's already been activated!
Hurry and disarm it, Akira!
Huh?
One of the first things young Beowulf soldiers are taught is how to disarm a bomb.
But I don't remember any of that stuff.
We must leave, Princess. It's too dangerous.
Calm down, fools! Quiet! Are you there, Wolf? Can you hear me?
Yes, ma'am.
You know what to do.
Right. Akira, go to elevator 3. We've temporarily disabled the car. I want you to throw the bomb down the shaft. It will be fine down there. Do it!
Open the doors! It exploded and that's it? Hey, Vera, what the hell's down there?
You'll find out soon enough.
Surely that was enough to prove to all of you skeptics that vampires do exist. What you have seen and what you have heard, spread it throughout the world. Tell everyone what happened here today. This is our world, the world of darkness, where blood and death rule above all else. But there is no need for any of you to worry. For as long as you remain good neighbors to us, I promise that we will never be a threat to you or to your loved ones. But if you ever disappoint me, the story will be different. That is all I have to say to you for now. I bid you good night. You may return to your work.
Prime Minister, the bipartisan coalition has just submitted the Special Zone Establishment Bill.
Sorry, Princess, but I'm not so sure about that old Marquis guy. Shouldn't you have fired him, or at least demoted him?
Don't worry about Jermai. Killing me and ending our race wouldn't benefit him in any way. Besides, he would never have the courage to do so. Your success on this mission means that Juno can no longer disparage you. Keep up the good work, my friend.
Hold on. You mean you meant for this to happen?
I can't tell you how much it meant to me. Seeing you out there fighting for me without any regard for your own well-being, that's the Akira Kaburagi that I've come to know so well.
I guess that means Demai wasn't the only one being tested today, was he?
I am fully aware that you've had considerable doubts about me. Consider us even.
Seems like the more time I spend with you, the more confused I get. One minute you're blackmailing an entire nation, and the next you're pouting because you can't jump rope.
Hold on, how do you know that?
I saw everything, even your promise to make it all the way to 10.
What? The only reason I even played that ridiculous game is because those children insisted upon it!
You know, it was nice to see you like that. I mean, watching you play jump rope with those human children, it was almost like you were...
Those children aren't human, they're fangless vampires. They're members of our race who have chosen to remove their fangs, and who have rejected the act of sucking the blood of humans. In fact, there are many fangless among the volunteers who are working hard to help establish the Bund. Although they have become vampires, they don't want to lose touch with their humanity. Unfortunately, because of the way they've chosen to live their lives, they are persecuted by both humans and vampires alike. But once the Bund is established, they will have a place that they can call home. Finally.
Is that why you're building the Bund, for these fangless vampires?
Sadly, no. I wish it were. Suddenly, the existence of vampires became a reality. Some chose to dismiss it.
You can see.
On the left-hand side, we have a finite number of primes as a result of reductio ad absurdum. However, the right side is a harmonic series which diverges into positive infinity. This is a contradiction. This inconsistency proves to us that the postulation that prime numbers are finite is incongruous, which also indicates that the opposite of this postulation is true, meaning that there exists an infinite number of primes. To that I say quod erat demonstrandum. That should complete my proof. Thank you.
That was flawless. Thank you, Princess.
Call me Mina. I'm just another student in your classroom.
I'm so sorry.
That was my fault.
Thanks a lot.
They look at you like you're some kind of animal in the zoo.
I'd prefer to think of myself as a vicious beast.
I don't see that.
Well, I am the ruler of the vampires. I wouldn't be living up to expectations if I didn't instill some sense of fear into humans. However, it has proven to be a difficult task because I'm so adorable.
I knew that was coming.
Hey, Coach wants the guys outside for a game of soccer.
You should go. I would hate for you to miss out on such an opportunity. I will be fine on my own, Akira.
I don't know.
What's that? Sounds like someone's worried about me.
No, I'm worried about everybody else.
I'll show you. I'm enrolled as a student here just like the rest of you. I hereby declare that I will successfully make it through this entire school day as a regular student.
This afternoon, we will be making a main course of simmered meat and potatoes with an omelet as the side dish. I don't mean to be rude, but have you ever cooked, Princess?
Call me Mina. Don't worry about me. I may not be the best, but I know a thing or two about cooking.
Okay, then could you tell me what this is?
It's a razor.
And what about this?
That is a tea whisk. And an elegant one at that.
Well, all right. Mina's going to need a partner. Do I have any volunteers?
I'll be her partner, Sister Laura.
Is this an inconvenience?
No, actually, I was hoping to get to know you better, Princess.
Would you please just call me Mina from now on? Okay, where do you want me to begin?
Let's see. Why don't you go ahead and crack an egg for me?
Crack an egg, crack an egg.
Here? Oh no, Mina.
What? Why do they shatter so easily? That's absolutely ridiculous! I thought the whole purpose of these shells was to protect the lives of newborn chickens!
Be honest. You've never cooked before, have you?
I'll have you know, I've been in the kitchen many times!
But it's your first time cooking, right? That's so unfair. Okay, I'll show you how to crack an egg. It's not a big deal. You just slightly tap it on a flat surface.
Oh, you're really good at that.
Thanks, Princess. Here's something I bet you didn't know. Omelets are one of Akira's favorite foods.
Really? Then I will work hard to perfect this technique. Wait, how do you know that's his favorite?
Well, because we're classmates, you know?
Huh. I guess we better get started then. Here we go.
That was the first conversation I ever had with Princess Nina. I was completely fascinated by her. Here was this mysterious little girl who could be so arrogant, almost rude. But I saw something within her. There was another side to her, one that was distant and lonely. At the time, I hadn't yet realized her true terror or her true sorrow.
Go on, try it, Akira.
It's good.
You like it?
It's delicious. Did you really make this, Princess?
Of course I did. Now try the simmered meat and potatoes. That's my masterpiece.
Don't mind if I do. All that running around on the soccer field made me hungry.
Yes, Farah? Huh? The television?
In a news conference this afternoon, Prime Minister Mizuguchi expressed his adamant opposition to the Bipartisan Coalition Special Zone Establishment Bill. He warned that he is prepared to dissolve the Assembly if need be. In response, the Bipartisan Coalition's chief representative, Mr. Isarugi, has said that he is now
Well, this is unfortunate. I'm on my way right now. Would you call Alphonse just to be on the safe side? Thank you, Dad. I have to leave early today. I have some urgent business that I need to attend to.
Okay, then. I'll tell my teachers.
That isn't necessary. I'll be going alone. I want you to remain here and attend class. You can't help me with these political dealings. It would be a waste of your time.
Princess.
Trying to sneak a peek?
It's not here.
What's not there?
Akira asked me to look for a ring that he's lost. But I haven't had any luck. I can't find the damn thing anywhere.
A ring? No way. You don't think he was gonna give it to the princess, do you? That would be quite scandalous. What would people say?
Nella,
Yes?
Alphonse has asked that you meet with him.
Really?
Yeah, I've been watching the two of them all day. It's disgusting. Akira stuck to that vampire like glue. I just can't trust that guy anymore.
Well then, I guess we can't depend on him, so we'll just have to do what we can to keep ourselves protected. We can't have a repeat of what happened to Nanami.
Wait, what do you mean? I thought that was just a rumor.
Yeah, that seems to be a common misconception. Here. Take one look at those and you'll know it isn't a rumor. Those photos were sent to the student council from an anonymous source.
I haven't the time to stay here and chat. So please finish your business with me at once.
Business?
I can tell there's something you want to say to me.
Well, there is one thing.
Go ahead.
It's about Nanami Shinonome, the student council president. Everybody says she's skipping school, but I know her pretty well, and that's not like her.
What are you insinuating?
Well, I heard a rumor that the real reason she's not at school is because she was attacked by vampires. Somehow that seems more likely.
Oh, so your little friend has gone missing, and you suspect that I'm behind it somehow?
I do.
I see. Aren't you brave?
Where did you get that ring?
It's just a little trinket that I wear.
But that's the ring I gave to Akira. Why do you...
He gave it to me as a sign of his undying loyalty.
You're lying. He wouldn't do that.
How can you be so sure?
I just know. It signifies something special between us, and I know he wouldn't just throw that away.
It represents a promise.
I see. So it was you. You were the one.
I know Akira very well, and he would never give away something that had been given to him as a gift. So why do you have
I heard about enough out of you. I don't know what happened between the two of you in the past, but let me give you a warning. Akira belongs to me now, understand? He was born and raised for the sole purpose of becoming my servant, which means every drop of blood, every bone, and every muscle in his body belongs to me. Now be gone with you. I've business to attend to.
And of no use? I just can't figure her out.
Leave us alone.
We didn't do anything! Shut the hell up!
Akira's here. Hey, what are you guys doing? Damn, it's Ryohei.
Are you okay? Why were they messing with you?
Stay away!
Those thugs see us talking to you, they'll come back and kick our asses again!
Shut up, loser, we need him. Akira can help us.
Yeah, he can protect us from those guys so we don't end up like Nanami.
Hold on. What do you mean? I thought she was just skipping school lately.
You mean you don't know? Look.
That's Nanami.
Yeah, all this time we've been accusing her of skipping class, but that's what really happened to her. Pretty messed up, huh? If you look closely, you can see it happened in the student council office. That place must have been completely torn up, but when we came in the next morning, it was perfect. Who could possibly have done such a thing? Someone who has the power to control vampires. Now that you know the truth, do you still trust that vampire? Whose side are you on, Akira?
Is something bothering you?
It's nothing. Do you really think Mizuguchi has the audacity to dissolve the assembly?
I do indeed. The Prime Minister feels threatened. He knows that if the Special Zone Establishment Bill was voted on today, we would win by a landslide.
If his plan is successful, what would be the outcome?
There would be a general election, but securing the same number of seats would prove difficult for us.
Do we have anything?
Yes, ma'am. This is the Prime Minister's 5-year-old grandson. Despite his gruff exterior, Mizuguchi is a loving grandfather who dotes on the boy.
Okay, Alphonse, prepare yourself. We may be needing your services very soon.
Right. All you have to do is say the word, Princess.
There has to be a force backing Mizuguchi. Someone who is out to ruin our chances of success.
Doesn't it piss you off when your classmates treat you like crap? I can help you get back at all of them, Hiko.
The city almost looks like an illusion, huh?
Unfortunately, it's a reality that neither I nor the human race can avoid any longer.
What do you mean, Akira? The way you said that makes it seem like you're not a human being.
So did you like the food we gave you?
Oh, yeah. Thankfully, it tasted a lot better than it looked.
Good, I'm glad. The princess worked really hard on it.
Hey, Yuki, thanks. I could tell you seasoned it for her. It tasted like your cooking, and vampires don't have the same sense of taste that humans do. So there's no way she could possibly cook. But knowing her, she probably refused to admit that she couldn't do it and insisted on cooking anyway. I bet she didn't even thank you, did she?
No, she didn't. I'm sure she will eventually. Seems like you know her pretty well.
Not really. These guys again. They're vampires.
No way. They're wearing her school uniforms. There's nothing I can do to convince you to pass the bill.
Afraid not. I mean, come on, nobody leases land anymore. Not in this day and age. Especially not to a group of lunatics who claim to be vampires. It just sounds ridiculous. I'm doing what's best for the citizens of Japan.
You do realize that we have the support of numerous officials within your assembly, don't you, sir?
Of course I do. And that's why I have to dissolve it. Otherwise, there's no real way of knowing whether they're voting for the greater good or not. I'd rather ask the citizens their opinion on the subject.
Ask the public. Huh. You are truly inept. You're a policymaker who refuses to make any real decisions.
Oh?
You see, if we were to back out financially, Japan would plummet into a depression unlike any the world has seen before. I doubt that this nation would ever be able to recover from it.
Then we'll have to make do. If the public refuses your request, who am I to question their decision?
Remind me, your elected term is up at the end of the year, is it not?
That's correct.
Then why do you care what happens? I understand. So the real reason you're standing up against us and are attempting to protect the poor Japanese people's integrity is because you want your name to be celebrated long after you're dead.
Well, aren't you an imaginative little girl? I realize that dissolving the assembly to keep the special zone bill from passing is an unprecedented and aggressive political move. Hypothetically, I suppose it could solidify the Mizoguchi family's place in Japanese history.
Filthy scum.
What did you say?
Keep in mind, we could easily use our power to instill fear and get our way. I think that you've forgotten who you're dealing with here, Prime Minister. However, I've taken the high road. I've chosen to sit here and try to talk things over with you instead. In dealing with this situation, I've been very careful to follow the rules of human society. We've gone out of our way to show respect to both you and your people. But allow me to take this opportunity to inform you. If you choose to make light of us, then we would be more than happy to go back to doing things our way.
Now you're out of line. I will not be threatened by you.
I haven't threatened you yet. We're just talking.
What do you mean by that, you brat? I refuse to be bullied into a decision by a child.
Sit back down, old man.
Watch it, little girl. Don't push your luck.
You've left me no choice. Do it.
Yes, ma'am. Okay, Nella.
Well, I guess that's about it. Thank you, Prime Minister. I appreciate you taking the time to meet with me. I'm truly sorry things had to end this way.
How's that silver powder taste to you, flea bag? I'm tired of looking at your ugly face. It's time for you to stop clinging to the princess. Die! Not you again.
You just leave these guys to me, okay? Akira! Get out of here while you have the chance. I don't need your help.
Those bastards were wearing our school uniform. I don't know what the hell is going on. How could vampires have snuck into our school? I have to call the princess and tell her about this.
I don't understand why you're more worried about her safety than you are your own.
Do you remember the day I suddenly collapsed in the schoolyard? That was the first time we came face to face. She comes searching for me, even though she knew I had lost my memory and I wouldn't remember her. Because of some silly promise I made as a kid, she risked her own life to come and find me. I feel like she's the...
I saw you later that day. I saw the two of you running from someone, or something. I couldn't believe it. There were all of these guards who were secretly following you, almost as if they were protecting you from the shadows.
Wait, you saw us?
Princess Mina?
Sorry, Vera, but could I please be alone right now?
Do you...
Hello, Akira. What are you up to?
Nothing much. What about you?
Nothing. I just wanted to hear your voice. I hope that's okay. I don't want you to think of me as a nuisance.
Hey, Ren.
Happy to see me?
Not really. Why are you here?
Tell me something. Why didn't you put the moves on her? Because the princess wouldn't have liked it? I don't get what the big deal is. If you had your way with her, maybe you'd forget about your troubles.
Don't talk about her that way. You don't even know her. Yuki isn't like that.
Gee whiz, you're such a nice guy, Akira. But you know, that's only gonna make things harder for you in the long run.
What the hell are you up to? Who are you?
I'm a servant of the royal family who's been sworn to protect the true blood lineage of vampires.
The princess has never said anything about you. Sorry, I'm not buying it.
Oh yeah? And what do you know, Akira? She's got you fooled. Remember that first day you two were together? All of that chaos was actually part of her plan. She was attempting to lure out the people who were trying to kill her. She mobilized an entire battalion of troops just to make sure that the two of you were protected. Crazy, huh? I thought it was sweet how you fought so desperately to keep her safe, thinking that you were the only one there who could protect her from harm. Sorry, kiddo, but you don't know anything. Not about the vampire Bund, or about your beloved princess. She isn't the sweet, innocent girl that you think she is, Akira.
What do you mean by that?
I've already said too much. Why don't you ask the princess yourself?
Wait! Hey! Wait! My grandson was attacked by vampires. He was bitten by one of them.
Oh my, how horrible. That's unfortunate for you.
How dare you act so flippant with me? It's obvious you're the one who sent them.
I'm sorry. It would appear that this regrettable incident was the result of a lack of supervision on my part. I suppose this will ruin my plans for the vampire Bund. I'll just have to contact the assembly and withdraw my approval request. Goodbye.
And just where the hell do you think you're going?
To go get your grandson, of course. This is quite a conundrum. As you've said before, you want the approval decision to be based on public opinion. The humans would never approve this bill, which means we'll be forced to leave the country. I'm truly sorry to hear that your grandson was bitten by a vampire. You do realize that makes him one of us now. There goes your spot in Japanese history. I almost pity you.
Shinya.
I'm sorry, but I can't let you see her. She's refusing visitors. The princess is very tired and needs her rest. I can't allow anyone inside, not even you, Akira.
I have to talk to her. Please, it's really important.
I'm sorry, but you have to leave now.
She isn't the sweet, innocent girl that you think she is, Akira.
How's the little boy in the guest suite?
Well, he's been crying nonstop.
So sad.
Little boy?
I don't understand. What would the princess want with the child?
She must have some kind of plan.
Exactly. And I think we're better off not knowing.
Why don't you ask the princess yourself.
What's the matter?
A strange lady took me and brought me here.
Can you tell me what your name is?
Shinya Mizuguchi.
Mizuguchi.
My dad is Koichi Mizuguchi. My grandpa is Katsuichi Mizuguchi.
The Prime Minister?
My neck hurts bad.
Would it be okay if I took a look at it?
I want to go home.
After he made his promise to the ruler of the monsters, the boy remained by her side, even when he worried that she might be wrong. The people began to gossip. They claimed that he had been possessed, and surely he would be eaten next. The boy refused to let the gossip affect him. He didn't want to believe any of it, but he was bothered by the time she spent alone in the tower. Sometimes the ruler would hole up there, refusing to see the boy. One day, the boy mustered up the courage to open the door to the ruler's room in the tower. He was shocked by what he saw inside.
I have made the arrangements. Tomorrow morning, your grandson will wake up in his own bed without any recollection of what happened.
I can't thank you enough.
However, before I let your grandson go, there's something that I need you to tell me.
Yes.
It's simple, really. I need the name of the mastermind, whoever it is that's been funding your operation. I want to know who ordered you to crush the special zone bell. Yuki! Hey, is it true that you were attacked by vampires? How did you know?
So it's true? How scary! We heard that a bunch of vampires have snuck into the school.
Who told you that?
Who?
Cut it out, Hiko. You can't just go around spreading lies like that.
I'm not lying. I'm being completely honest. It's only a matter of time before they take over the whole school. But you never know, huh? There could be a vampire standing right next to you. You better cut the crap or I'm gonna kick your ass.
You don't want to get beat again, do you? What's so funny, huh?
You better let go. Or I'll have to hurt you.
Oh, just calm down, Hiko. Please don't hurt us. We're friends of yours.
No, I am not friends with you anymore. I've had enough. I won't be bullied by you pathetic little humans. This is more fun than I thought it would be. I finally get to be the bully instead of always being the victim. Sorry, but you guys don't have any power over me now. I've chosen to become a vampire. I'm a child of the darkness. Now I'm more powerful than all of you.
Hiko.
A vampire?
Wow, Yuki. You've got some guts, don't you? My brethren told you not to come back here. But you didn't heed their warning.
Yuki!
No, Hiko. You should let go, Akira. I really don't want to have to hurt you. You've always been so nice to me.
Damn! Why did you do this, Hiko? Don't you realize what it means to become a vampire?
It means I'm more powerful than you!
My fang! I lost my fang!
Why, Hiko? Why did you become a vampire?
Akira.
I know you've had a hard time with bullies, so I can understand why you wanted power. But still, this wasn't the way to go about it. Who turned you into a vampire, Hiko? It's very important that you tell me. Who is your master?
Master? Sorry!
Hiko! You sure seem happy.
Akira! Good news! We finally struck a deal with the Prime Minister. We're going to be making the announcement later tonight.
Well, good for you.
Is there something wrong? You seem awfully cranky today.
There are vampires at the school. They were able to sneak in somehow, and now they're feeding on the human students. Did you know about this? Of course you did. So, then you know what happened to Nanami, too.
Well, I received a report about it. I suppose I should have been on top of the matter, but I had pressing business matters that needed to be attended to.
You had pressing business matters, huh? You mean like using a kid to blackmail the entire country?
How do you know about that?
Because I met him.
The future of the Bund is in jeopardy because of Mizuguchi. I have to use any means necessary.
But he's just a kid. Don't you think you're taking this too far, Princess?
How dare you question my motives? You wouldn't understand, Akira. The fate of the Vampire Kingdom rests on my shoulders. I will use whatever tactics I see fit to achieve my goal. That is the duty of a policymaker. You're a child, unable to understand the intricacies of politics, so stay out of it!
Princess, at least tell me one thing. That day, the day you came to the school to find me, it wasn't because you wanted to see me, was it?
Why should I answer? You won't believe me anyway.
You are a kid. You're an entitled brat. I'll bet that promise we made doesn't mean a thing to you. I should have known.
I'm finished talking to you, Akira. Would you please leave?
I can't trust her. I wanted to believe you, Princess!
Prime Minister Mizuguchi, the leading opponent of the Special Zone Establishment Bill, surprised the nation as he announced his retirement today. The Prime Minister had threatened to dissolve the Assembly to keep the Special Zone Bill from passing. Now that Mizuguchi has announced his early retirement, the bill is expected to pass. Following his startling announcement, an emergency meeting was called requesting the attendance of all Assembly members. It seems that today's announcement has affected the stock market in a positive way. Overseas investors are seizing the opportunity.
I saw this guy and her. There's so many.
And this kid had a freak out like Hiko earlier today.
Man, this is unbelievable. Everything's changed since the vampire princess first showed up. All of a sudden, we have to worry about vampire attacks, even in our own school.
Damn it. We have to stop them.
Akira.
What do you want?
I need you to help me.
Help you do what?
Find and get rid of every vampire who's hiding out in our school.
Before she went missing, Nanami wanted to make sure that the students of our school were able to protect themselves. That's why we've gathered here this afternoon.
We'd like to thank you for your help with this, Sister Laura.
It's my duty to protect you, not only as your instructor, but also as a servant of our Lord.
Okay, so here's the plan. Our first step is figuring out which students at the school have become vampires. We can't fight until we know who we're up against.
But how are we going to be able to tell who's a vampire? Yeah, it's not like you can just tell by looking at them.
There is one way to find out. Tomorrow we're going to hold a school-wide assembly outside on the lawn. As most of you know, vampires and sunlight don't mix. So anyone who's a vampire won't be able to come to the assembly.
But isn't there some kind of lotion they can put on?
We've already got that covered. Akira?
The shade gel they use to protect themselves from the sun loses its effect after 15 minutes of direct sunlight. So in this case, it won't help them.
He hangs out with Princess Nina. Can we trust him?
Akira came to us asking for help to fight the vampires. He's on our side. Don't worry.
Vampire's blood has a distinct scent, and I have a fierce sense of smell. I can pick them out easily.
And there you have it. While we're on the subject, you don't smell any vampires in here, do you?
No, we're all clear. I think we should stay here tonight.
But why?
The vampires are smart. I'm sure they've caught on to what we're doing. If we split up, I'm afraid we'll be attacked one by one. Sister, we should be safe here, right?
Well, the church windows have shutters, and there's an emergency generator. Yes, I think so.
So anyone who doesn't show up tomorrow is a vampire. Once we've identified them, we'll take action. We won't let these vampires take over our school. You with me?
Yeah!
I hate to bug you, Akira, but I have a favor to ask.
Sure, what is it?
We're gonna need weapons to fight off the vampires. It's dangerous enough tonight, but we really don't know what to expect tomorrow. Right now, we're helpless if they come after us. Do you know where we could find anything?
I might be able to find some stuff in the special zone.
Could you go check it out? Do it for us.
I guess.
We've decided to trust you, Akira. Show us that we've made the right choice.
All right.
Akira,
Yuki,
are you sure about this?
I have to confront my feelings. I don't have any choice. So I have to fight the princess.
Can I ask you about something? What happened to the ring I gave you?
I'm sorry. I should have told you I lost it.
Did you give it to someone else?
I would never do that. That ring is special to me. It represents the promise we made to each other. I finally remember the truth. You gave this to me. Right, Yuki? So then, does that mean that we're...
No, it's not like that. It's just a symbol of the promise we made. That we would always be friends no matter what. I'm sorry I lied lied to you. I should have told you the truth, that we were boyfriend and girlfriend.
You only lied because you were trying to protect me, and you stayed by my side anyway. I don't know what I would have done without your help. After losing my memory, I didn't have anyone. I would have been completely lost without you there.
Akira, that means so much to me. Thank you for telling me.
No, thank you, Yuki. I promise I will keep you safe.
Okay.
As soon as I leave, I want you to shut all of the doors and windows and keep them locked. Do not open them no matter what. Vampires can be clever. They'll play tricks with your mind. Let your guard down and it's over.
Goodbye.
So what's up?
Junior high let out about an hour ago. And the high school should let out. Are you sure that it's gonna be sunny tomorrow? Well, that's what the forecast predicted.
It seems like we're doing this the slow way, wouldn't you say? From what I understand, vampire society is like a pyramid with a ruler sitting at the top. If we could do something about Princess Mina, then everything else would probably just fix itself. But that's out of the question.
What happened? A blackout? Please, try to stay calm, everyone. I'll go and turn on the generator.
You don't think it could be them?
You guys, let me in. Who's there? It's me. Please let me in. I need help.
Is that? It sounds like Nanami. No way. I thought she was dead.
I escaped from the vampires, but I'm injured. Please let me in. I need to see a doctor.
What should we do?
We have no choice.
Hold on. We're opening the doors.
No, don't do it. Akira told us not to open them.
First you ditch the princess, even though it's your duty to serve her. And then you go and abandon your friends who you should be protecting.
What do you mean?
Lord Alphonse, elevator 13 is ready.
We had a team that was monitoring the church, but they've been attacked. The enemy has since infiltrated the building, and we're uncertain of what's happened to the students inside. Come with me and I'll fill you in. I know you're a man of your word, but you're not going to make it back to the church in time to save them.
Watch me.
Well, judging by his stubbornness, I'd say it's obvious that he's your son, Wolf.
Father?
Listen, Akira. When you failed your mission a year ago and subsequently lost your memory, you became completely useless to us. As a result, I was then faced with a difficult decision, whether or not I should kill you.
And just to set the record straight, I was all for killing you. It seemed like the most humane option considering what you must have seen that day.
But in the end, I decided to let you live. To protect the princess, we had to lie to her. We told her that you had gone missing during the operation. Don't make me regret my decision, Akira.
When we told her you were gone, she was a mess. That's how important you are to the princess. I'm not really sure she's that important to you, though.
If you go, there will be no turning back. You will have to face the enemy, as well as the princess. Are you prepared to do that?
Yes. Just know I'm not doing this to prove anything to you two. This is between me and the princess.
There's no use praying, sister. You see, real vampires aren't bothered by prayers or silly crucifixes. They don't have any effect on us whatsoever. There's no need to be afraid. It may be painful at first, but you'll feel euphoric once you awaken as a vampire.
You monster!
You have to understand, it may seem violent, but the act of blood-sucking is actually a source of extreme pleasure for a vampire. Even sex pales in comparison. Sister Laura, it's such a shame that you've chosen to live a life of abstinence, your body hidden under religious garb. I can't wait for you to experience this pleasure.
No!
Here you go, boys. I know you've been dying to get your hands on Sister Laura.
I'm sorry, you guys. This is my fault.
Now, how shall I handle you? Poor Nanami here hasn't had a single drop of blood since she became a vampire. You'll be the one to quench her thirst.
Sorry, Yuki, but I can't take it anymore. No, don't. I can't control myself.
Once you've become one of us, I'll give you your first mission. You will take on that dog, Akira, and kill him with this silver sword. I can't wait.
No! You have no right to call for my servant like that, you foolish girl.
It all started going downhill when our numbers started growing. Unfortunately, so did the attacks. Some vampires started attacking humans without leaving behind any clues. It was almost as if they were trying to flaunt their power. We tried to stay hidden in the shadows, but eventually we were forced to come out. We realized that we didn't have much of a choice. Whether or not we chose to reveal ourselves, the truth was going to be exposed. Mankind would have deemed us their arch-enemy. You saw the reaction your classmates had when confronted with vampires. Now imagine the chaos we would have caused had that same reaction happened throughout the world.
So, in order to avoid that worst-case scenario, we chose to reveal ourselves in a way that would show the humans that we are a regulated society. And that we would stay...
And the vampire bund.
Whoever was manipulating Mizoguchi. The vampire infiltration at the school. The terrorist attack at the press conference. The attack on the princess when she went looking for you. Even that idiot who went berserk on the scales of Estrella show. It all stems from one thing.
We were made aware of a plot attempting to destroy the millennia-old order between humans and vampires. If this plan was ever carried out, then the entire world would be plunged into chaos. The princess was determined to fight back, so she came up with a plan to lure out our enemies in the hopes of destroying the conspirators.
She was prepared to do whatever it took to stop them and keep her people protected, even if it meant deceiving her allies or sacrificing her life.
Princess.
Her plan was successful. It wasn't long before we had lured them out and their identity became clear.
Who are they? Tell me.
They go by the name
Telomere. I'm surprised. I never would have suspected that you were the head of this organization, Monsieur Jean-Marie Dermaille.
I am honored that you not only know my humble name, but that of my organizations as well. Please understand, this truly is nothing personal, my princess.
Tell me, Jean, is your father, the Marquis, in any way involved with Telomere?
No, my father is an old-fashioned folkie. He is merely another obstacle that will someday need to be destroyed.
You're just an impudent boy from a distinguished family who's playing with fire. So, you tried to manipulate Mizoguchi and flooded the school with vampires. Just what are you up to? And what exactly do you want?
I want everything.
Oh.
Vampires and humans cannot coexist. It's only a matter of time before everything implodes in on itself and we have to start from scratch. Your power as the ruler of the vampires is limited. Everything has to be approved by those 3 detestable clans. And in the human world, it means absolutely nothing. But we can give you power. Our organization needs to be rebuilt with a new perspective and a new ruler. And that ruler that will lead Telomere into the glorious new world order should be you. I ask that you please join us, Princess. Let's show this world what the vampire race is truly capable of.
What we're capable of, huh? Interesting.
Princess?
You can't fathom the damage you've caused. Did you really think this would persuade me to join you? You're such a fool. How could you? I never wanted harm to come to any of them. Because of you, they will no longer be able to trust me.
Princess, I was only trying to please you. I thought you were building the Bund to gain more power.
Silence, you imbecile! You have no right to say a word about my kingdom. Am I understood? You're pathetic, Jean. Your ignorance will be your downfall. You should know that we can never be the rulers of this world.
But why not?
We cannot survive without humans. In fact, our very existence is dependent upon them. We are merely travelers in this world. The purpose of the Bund is solely to give those travelers a place to rest their wings for a short while. That is also why I created the school. I never wanted to conquer the world. It was quite the opposite. I wanted to be like the humans I had watched for so long. I wanted to see what it was like to be just a normal girl for once. Oh, princess. However, We all know how that's turned out. I neglected my duties, and as a result, this happened. I will make you pay for what you have done.
Wait, Princess. If you refuse to join us, then at least give us the chance to join you. Please.
Silence! You insolent boy. I would never allow an insect like yourself to join my ranks. So you decided to transform. Your true form is foul, fitting for a despicable creature like you. Stop now! Good. You are a child of Dermine. As such, you are forbidden to disobey my orders. Go ahead and try. That a vile creature like you has a bloodline even close to mine makes me sick.
Please forgive me, Princess. Please.
It's too late.
Princess.
Let go of me!
Well, it looks as though this fight is settled. We will change the world, and we will use your power to do so, Princess. I'm sorry, but you must die, vampire!
Yuki!
Damn you! Beaten by a lowly dog.
I had heard that Telomere had a human sympathizer, but I never imagined it would be you. How could you, Sigel?
The Master's dead.
Hurry! Give everyone who's been bitten the vaccine. There's still time to prevent them from turning into vampires.
Princess.
Hi, Akira.
Princess, no.
Come on, let's go. It's over, right? I'm afraid it isn't over just yet.
No, it's not.
What do you mean? Why? I'm sorry, you wouldn't understand, Yuki. Let's just say that I have my intentions and he has his. Once a sword is drawn, it cannot be put away without first crossing blades. Isn't that right, Akira?
Yes.
One day, a young boy asked a question to the great ruler of monsters. He asked, "Why do you always look so unhappy? You aren't always going to be sad like this, are you?"
I'm sorry. I can't help but question you. And myself, for that matter. I feel bad for you. You've had to fight on your own for so long.
I don't need sympathy!
The ruler replied, "If you will promise to grant my wish, then I promise to you that I will stop being sad. But I should warn you, if you ever break the promise you've made to me."
You don't understand, Akira. I want things to be the way they were. I want you by my side again, but I know that will never happen. So I have to stop living in the past!
Then I may devour you.
Deep down, I knew. I knew that everything had changed. We could never be together the way we were. All those years ago. And if we can never go back to that,
But he was fathered.
then I might as well kill you!
She's transforming?
One day, the boy mustered up the courage to open the door to the ruler's room in the tower. He was shocked by what he saw inside.
It's her.
So beautiful.
Akira! Your hand!
I never wanted you to find out about my secret, Yuki. But now you know why I've been so distant. I didn't want to put you in any kind of danger.
Thank you for everything you've done for me. But I have to go back to where I belong.
Akira! No, you don't have to!
much stronger. I can hardly see any traces of the boy you once were. Everyone changes. I evolve. With everyone but me. I remain constant. I thought I could handle that fact. But
Princess.
I am the ruler of the vampire race. I control the world of darkness. Even death itself is crossing my path. But all of that means nothing to me. I didn't ask for any of this. All I wanted was something simpler. I would forgo this life of blood, scheming, and violence if only I could be with you. The promise that we made to one another was all that ever mattered to me. The words you said to me that day gave me strength. Suddenly, I had a reason to continue fighting. Without you, I never would have made it this far. Soon I will have my own kingdom, a place that my people can finally call home. And so what? What does it matter? What I wanted more than anything has been lost. I've watched it slip through my hands. I know it's sentimental nonsense. Go ahead and laugh. I feel so utterly alone. Be careful, Akira. But I should warn you, if you ever break the promise you've made to me, then I may devour you. Will you still promise despite that? Yes, I promise, said the boy with a nod. In that case, my wish is...
Everything's back to the way it should be.
Why'd you do something so stupid?
I'll be fine. My body will heal itself.
Shush, don't waste your energy.
Don't worry about me. Because I've already died and come back to life, Princess. And now we've been reunited. Do you want to know what it was that brought me back to you? It was the sight of you crying, and the promise we made.
Akira!
I promise to you now. I will never forget again. I'll always be by your side. I promise.
Akira!
The Special Zone Establishment Bill is hereby passed by majority vote.
Akira Kaburagi Regendorf. I bestow upon thee the honor of knighthood. You are now ranked amongst my greatest warriors. That night, under the light of the pale moon, I experienced an end to love. It had been a month since the chapel was taken over, and it seemed like some kind of peace had finally returned to the school. But that was only on the surface. Deep scars still remained, and I began to feel the distance growing between Akira and me with each passing day. Werewolves, the Earth Clan. The destiny that awaited some side of him I didn't know. But it was so much deeper than that. She was in his heart, and she had always been there.
According to a government survey, when asked the question, would you want to become a vampire, 30% of the under 25 demographic answered yes. And it appears eternal life was the most popular reason.
Well, at least our plans are finally starting to come together.
Yes, but there is still one troubling rumor. Supposedly, a number of vampires broke out of the Bund and are now roaming the city at night.
I thought I had made it clear the Bund was to be sealed off. Breakouts cannot be tolerated if we wish to maintain any semblance of security. I want you to investigate. Determine if it's true.
I brought a draft of the student council officer invitation. I'm sorry, but it looks like they're not planning to come back after all.
I see.
We have a counselor who specializes in vampire-related PTSD. Maybe the former student council members could use some counseling.
No, we can't force them to do something they don't want to.
It's almost like there's two different Minas. One shows concern and has compassion for the weak, while the other finds cruel delight in punishing her followers, and fights for keeps, like she did with Akira. But which one is the real Mina?
Yuki, why are you staring at me like that? I know my beauty can be shocking, but you have a lovely face that's worth staring at as well.
You're teasing me the same way you tease Akira, aren't you?
When we first reunited, he grew flustered with every little comment. But he has this calm about him lately, it's almost bizarre. If he were here, he would be saying to me,
Yeah, you're cute, princess.
Something like that. That's a great impression. Well, I am always watching him. It's the one thing I never grow tired of. Yeah, so anyway, if you could just take a look at this. It's a draft I wrote. I'm sorry, I brought the wrong notebook along with me. I'll be right back. You sunbathing? Hang around vampires too long, you start to go all nocturnal. You start to miss the sun, don't you?
That seat belongs to someone else.
Oh, your beloved princess? Well, I'm not moving, so you'll have to make me. If you dare. Nice try.
What is that around your neck?
You mean this? It's very precious to me. It's just a replica, but the person most important to me has one just like it. By the way, Akira,
Yeah?
how long are you gonna keep copping a feel? Oh, baby. Are you okay? What was all that noise? Akira!
Yuki, it's not what you think. I was just taking a nap and I fell out of my chair because I'm an idiot.
Let me guess, you're waiting for the princess?
You got it. So has she finished up with her work yet?
Not quite. I think she might be a little bit longer. I really shouldn't spend all this time by the princess's side. Even if it means I have to quit the student council. Seeing them together is just too painful for me. What are you doing? I must say this is rather unexpected. I didn't realize that you're an aspiring novelist. But, Princess, that's so mean! It was rude of me to read it without asking you. But once I started, I honestly couldn't put it down. Your narrative skills are captivating, Yuki. I was swept up by the story. You're lying. And why would I do that? I read everything from Ulysses to Oliver Twist, so you can trust my opinion. I'm never wrong. Now, granted, it's not quite at the level of Byron or Rimbaud, but your writing exudes a unique tenderness and a youthful spirit. And that has to come from your heart. It's a quality that cannot be taught. Yeah, right. You're just saying that to me to be nice. You shouldn't sell yourself short. You have an inner warmth to you. I've seen it with my own eyes, Yuki. You even shed tears for me after I intimidated you and told you to be gone. No, Akira! That's not necessarily. The truth is, there are now two things for which I owe you an apology. Two things? I lied to you about this ring. Akira didn't give it to me. Please, I beg your forgiveness. I was envious of you, because your connection with him was not born out of servitude or fate, but instead it was out of honest camaraderie. Oh, Princess. Yuki? There's nothing for you to apologize for. You and I, we're kind of the same. We both love Akira. And I think we'd make great allies. You would consider me your friend? You're kind and brave and compassionate. I always hoped if I ever made a friend, it would be with someone like you. Wait, does being friends with me upset you? No, I don't deserve your friendship. I thought you were a horrible person, and I was so jealous of you. And the two of us should work together. Let us help each other where the other is lacking. We might even make a surprisingly good team. Tomorrow is always fresh, with no mistakes in it. That's Anne of Green Gables, right? I'm afraid I lack Anne's red hair and freckles. But do you think you can accept me anyway? With pleasure. By the way, may I ask you something? Yeah, sure. What is it? Occasionally in your novel, I came across terms that I wasn't familiar with. Aggressive top, seductive bottom, and BDSM. So what are these things? Are they codes for something from Japanese literature?
Is something wrong?
Everything's just fine. Right, Princess? Akira doesn't know about my writing yet. Please don't say anything to him. I won't, Yuki.
What's going on? If the princess is being mean to you, just say so.
Akira, I was not being mean to her. How could you say that about a pretty girl like me?
Yeah, you're cute, princess. Okay, this is seriously weirding me out. I thought you two were fighting.
Of course we're not. Right, Princess? We're confidants now.
I don't get it.
Nice, isn't it? Finding a friend with whom to share common feelings.
Finally, I had rediscovered my ability to smile. But I should have realized that it wouldn't last very long. Because little did we know, another series of tragic, horrifying events had already begun.
Hey, kid. What are you doing out so late?
Hi, officer. I'm just looking for someone. I'm going to the vampire bund.
That right. So you want to meet a vampire, huh, kid? Let me help you find one.
Do not bare your fangs in public. Show some couth. Apparently the rumors about vampires sneaking out of the bund to feed are true.
someone who might be on the Bund. Is there any way you can take me?
I'm sorry, but I can't. Humans are not allowed access to the Bund. You will find no one but vampires there.
But the person I'm looking for, my neighbor, she is a vampire.
Your neighbor? So she's not family?
No, but we're very close. She looked after me ever since I was little.
And what would this girl's name be?
Her name is Nanami. Nanami Shinonome.
My, aren't you a daring little girl? And you look so innocent too, don't you?
Nicely done, my little piglet. Now come here.
Nanami Shinonome.
You mean the student council president?
All of the students who were attacked at the church were given the vaccine afterward. But it seems Miss Shinonome has been a vampire for some time now, so the vaccine was useless. There is a record of her entering the special zone. However, there have been no signs of her at her assigned residence.
So then what does that mean about the other students who were sent there with her?
We can't find them. There are dozens of vampires who were sent to the island, but have since gone missing.
As far as we know, they're not even in the special zone. It's shocking to think that somehow we've lost vampires from the Bund without even knowing it. Whoever is behind this had a well-thought-out plan.
Do you think that it's Telomere?
Possibly, but they're too proud to keep quiet for long. If it was them, they'll reveal themselves.
But Nanami doesn't have a master now, because Jean Marais is dead.
Well, if she isn't roaming free, then she may be serving a new master now.
Do you think she would do that?
At this point, I wouldn't put anything past her. She isn't heartless. She's plagued with worry and delusions we cannot begin to imagine. Someone may be using that against her.
Delusions?
Do not worry, for I will be Nanami Shinanome's savior. Yuki, I want you to wait here and look after Yuzuru. Let's go, Akira.
Yuzuru.
What do you want with him? Is it your intention to try and turn him?
Princess Mina.
It seems you've abandoned your morals since the last time I saw you. As per the Blood Pact, thou shalt obey thy ruler, Nanami Shinonome. You must return to the Vampire Bund with me this instant. What's this? You refuse to obey my order? So someone else has gotten to her. Akira! Akira!
I'm okay.
Damn you!
Princess! Heads up, Vera!
It's an ambush. I can smell it.
Nest 1 to Fang Leader. Requesting backup.
Copy. Fang leader, out.
Where's the princess?
I'm right behind her.
Okay, I'm on my way.
Cease your running, Nanami. I will do whatever I must. Please allow me to save you.
Wow, princess, you're so generous. The ruler of all the creatures of the night. Feeling indebted to a helpless young vampire of the lowest social order. Disappointing, to say the least. Let me introduce myself. You may call me Hysterica. A pleasure.
I take it you're Nanami's new master, then. Hysterica, was it? What is your scheme gathering vampires like this?
Stay behind me, princess.
So you're the wolf boy I've heard so much about. A knight in furry armor. I wonder if you can handle fighting my entire army.
Hiko?
Hear me now. Surely some among you were never given a choice in becoming vampires. I'm giving you one now. Come join me. Do so, and I swear to nurture and protect you to my utmost ability.
I had no idea that you were such a fool, princess. And you call yourself ruler of the vampires.
The throne is mine by right of the noble true blood that flows within my veins. But your true nature is showing. Watch what you say, or you might give yourself away.
Let's try then!
We 8 are the elite Beowulf soldiers. We have been sent by Sir Wolfgang Regendorf to serve and protect our beloved Princess Mina. Give us your orders, man.
Lead Hysterica and the girl unharmed. As for the others, you may return them all to the dust of the earth.
Right!
Go now and prove thy allegiance to me. Show them your power, wolf boys.
Draw your weapons!
As I'd expect from the princess's guard dogs. You guys mean business.
Die! Now reveal your scheme to me, Hysterica. Nanami!
Stop being so reckless, princess.
Don't go, Nanami!
Turn of her that you would ignore me, I will not be lost! Vera, allow me to handle her.
Very well.
Well, doesn't this bring back some fond memories? Eh, Veratos? When was the last time we saw each other? 1900? No, I think it was 1918 in Paris, Francesca. I'm afraid she doesn't exist anymore. I go by Hysterica these days. So you've changed your name again. Am I correct in assuming you change masters with the same reckless abandon? I don't feel the need to blindly worship a single master like you do, Veratos. So what now? Are you serving Telomere? What's with the ridiculous get-up? You've fallen far since the days of high society when you were Veratos of Black Ruby. You're pathetic. You should have come with me back then. You could have had everything you ever wanted. You still don't get it, do you? I do not want for anything now, and the princess's trust is all that I need. Why do you insist on being loyal to that silly little girl? She'll ruin everything trying to turn the world into her playground. Her self-made reign means nothing. Enough! Do not disparage my princess any further, or I will show no mercy! I've been waiting for this moment. Let's finish what we started 90 years ago!
Yuzuru, no. Where did she go? What's wrong? Your mom didn't come get ya? She's absorbed in her day trading like always. How does she think you're supposed to get home? Come with me. I'm kinda on my own too. I'll make us some food. We can have dinner together. So are you as lonely as I am? No, I'm not lonely, because I have you, silly. Nanami! Don't go! Don't leave me, Nanami! Please don't go!
Nanami, I take it that you resent me.
Yes, I do. I resent you, but not because of what you made me. I don't care about that. I tried to act like it was nothing. I tried so hard to fight it!
You mean how you feel about the boy?
Don't say it! My God, if Yuzuru ever found out I had such shameful feelings for him. But I'm obsessed. I just can't help myself. Even as we speak, I want him so bad it feels like my heart is gonna burst. Kill me. Do it now. Kill me before I'm forced to defile him.
Nanami.
Do it. Kill me before I make him hate me. Please. Nanami! Yuzuru! Nanami! No, don't look. Don't look at me like this. Nanami, stay away from me!
She said stay away, little boy.
Yuzuru! Please stop!
Vera. Princess, I apologize. I underestimated her. Just my luck. I step away for a moment and things finally start to get interesting. I think it's about time for me to get going. We've had enough fun for one evening. You'll find out about my scheme soon enough.
Hysterica, what are you planning?
A magnificent event to teach all the cowardly humans a lesson about the true terror of vampires.
Come back here!
Persistent little wolf cub, aren't you?
We found these vials hidden inside the bodies of the vampires who are working for Hysterica. According to our analysis, the contents are a chemically synthesized cellulose-based drug. We found that when this drug is mixed with the blood of a vampire, a chemical reaction is triggered, causing spontaneous combustion.
It's called Agni's blood. In medieval times, vampire warriors who were captured by their enemy would bite down on a tube of it that they had hidden in their mouth. The resulting explosion would completely obliterate any enemies nearby.
Correct. However, this is a new and enhanced version of it, which has benefited from modern science.
What would Hysterica use something like that for?
My guess would be suicide bombings. Upon first glance, vampires look like ordinary humans. No one would suspect that they were a walking bomb. She's going to plant vampires throughout the city, then detonate them.
But what is her goal?
She wants to remind the humans that vampires are still a viable threat. If Vera is correct and she is indeed under the guidance of Telomere, then we have to stop her at once.
Here's the thing. I realize that this is an enhanced version, but Agni's blood isn't strong enough to do much damage, so that would limit her possible targets, right?
That's true. But if it was detonated in a crowded area, the resulting carnage would be unfathomable.
My point exactly. These Agni's blood capsules have a lethal range of 65 feet, and they could easily kill thousands if set off in an enclosed area.
So what will they do?
They will attack the subways. I'm almost certain they're going to attempt to attack from underground using the subway system. I imagine they'll target the lines that pose the least risk in terms of mobility. We have to be ready for them.
But then how is she planning on issuing the orders?
Via cell phone. We have reason to believe that Hysterica has been using a cell phone to send self-destruct codes.
As you all know, there are cell antennas everywhere. It is practically impossible to avoid them, so instead we'll have to come up with a way to block their signal.
3,000 Beowulf soldiers have started searching for the enemy throughout the city. I'm afraid I have to get going too. Don't worry, Yuki. This is what I was born to do. I mean, the Earth Clan was brought about for this, to hunt down vampires. We have 15,000 times better hearing than humans, and our sense of smell's 100,000 times stronger. So I'm not worried. Sniffing them out underground should be a cinch.
Just please be careful, Akira.
I will. Enough about me. How are things going with you? Did you talk to Yuzuru parents? What'd they say?
When I finally got a hold of them, they asked if I would look after him. Apparently, the establishment of the Vampire Bund made the stock market go haywire, so they don't have any time for him. How can they even call themselves parents?
I guess it must be a bad situation if it's got you all bent out of shape. But now, I understand why they're close. Yuzuru and Nanami don't have anyone but each other.
I know. Nanami's life certainly hasn't been easy. Her parents divorced when she was really young. What do you think the princess is going to do about the two of them? I'd hate for them to be separated.
I don't know. I'm sure that she has a couple ideas. At least I hope so. Something has to be done to help those two. It must be hard.
How are your scratches doing? They aren't still hurting you, are they?
No, I'm feeling better now, thanks. Do you mind if I ask you something?
Oh, no, not at all.
I was just wondering, how did you become a vampire? I mean, were you attacked by one of them like Nanami was?
No, I wasn't. I became a vampire because I offered my blood to our previous ruler, Princess Mina's mother. You see, I chose to become a child of the darkness.
That doesn't make any sense. Who would choose to become a vampire? I'm sorry, Vera.
That's fine. I made the choice because I deeply admired Queen Lucrezia. I wanted to be by her side and do what I could to help her. It's as simple as that. Before the Queen passed away, she called to me. She asked that I take care of Princess Mina. Since that day, the princess has been my everything. Vampires aren't as cold-hearted as most humans think. We are beings who live through our hearts. With just one feeling, a vampire can live forever.
All it takes is one feeling?
This is Alpha Team. 2 marks on Shinjuku Station platform, Marunouchi line.
Tango Team, 1 mark at Nagatacho Station ticket gate. Hanzama line.
Charlie Team, 2 marks in Tokyo Station, Marunouchi line.
Omega Team, 2 marks in Toranamon Station, Ginza line.
Zebra Team, 1 mark in Securithamon, Yurakucho line.
3 marks in Kasumiga Second All clear on Waseda Tozai line.
Listen up, gentlemen. I want you to continue to scour the subway stations until you've identified every last enemy. But do not engage until the princess has nullified the enemy's self-destruct order.
Princess, we have just detected unidentified aircraft approaching from the Tokyo Bay area.
She's here. How good of you to come, Lady Hysterica.
I would never turn down a personal invite from you, Princess. However, I must say that I'm very curious as to why you've asked me here. Let me get to the point. I have no desire to play your games. Anyway, I'm sure that you already know what I'm up to by now. Isn't this country wonderful? You can trust that your cell phone will work no matter where you are, whether you're underground or 30 stories up in the air. Wasn't it Baudrillard that once said, civilization revenges itself upon man? My demands are extremely simple, Princess. I just want you to get in that helicopter with me. That's all you have to do, and we'll avoid any kind of confrontation. And isn't that what's best? You wouldn't want to get civilians caught up in this, would you?
Is that all? Well, it certainly does sound extremely simple, and I'm sure it would be totally risk-free. However, you never know when there may be an unforeseen accident.
You bitch! Don't you care what happens to the humans?
Calm down, Hysterica. You wouldn't want your anger to get the best of you.
Damn you.
You haven't even noticed. Look down. Now!
I don't think you realize the severity of what you've done. Now thousands of humans in the subway system are about to die. And it's all because of you, Princess Mina. What the hell is this?
Correct me if I'm wrong, but I believe it's called chaff. I know they look like nothing more than scraps of aluminum foil, but they're capable of jamming any and all electrical signals. They completely block all communication. Surely you didn't think I decided to throw you into this building without reason. You see, this particular structure is 30 stories high, which basically makes it one big box. And I filled this box with all kinds of signal-disrupting materials, as well as interference from every type of jamming device I could possibly find, which means it'd be impossible for a wavelength of any kind to leak out of the building. I'm sorry, but I don't think you'll find a signal in here. All right, Knights of mine, the hunt is on.
Toranamon, clear.
Uramachi B, clear.
Wipe them out. If you miss even a single target, then we're all done for.
I hate to say it, but you've lost this round. And just so you know, every exit in this building has been sealed shut. There's only one way out of here.
You're not going anywhere, Hysterica. Can you hear me up there, my little piglet? You haven't given up and died on me, have you? I want you to get to the roof. Use your cell phone to send out the order. If you do this for me, I promise that I'll free you from my service. And you can finally be with that boy.
Don't do it, Nanami!
So much for your plan. It appears that my direct transmissions have no problem going through. You may be ruler of the vampires, but I doubt that even you could make it through a point-blank explosion unscathed. Go ahead and try something. One move and I'll blow you to the moon. All I need is your head to take back with me, so I can prove to everyone that I've defeated you. Princess! Don't forget who you're dealing with here. Veratos. I am not the innocent girl you once knew. I will kill to get my way!
Palpatine here. We have 2 targets that are on the run. Target B has just been cleared. Found the other one?
I'm in pursuit now! Hold it! Hiko!
Kill him, Akira.
No, Hiko, wait!
Yuzuru. Nanami. Oh, Yuzuru. My Yuzuru. Please, come to me. You're her last hope, Yuzuru. It's up to you now. The Master's control is extremely powerful, nearly impossible to disobey. Although that is the case, resisting an obsession is even harder for a vampire. Do you know what Nanami's obsession is? Is it me? That's correct. As a vampire, she is completely obsessed. And the stronger that her obsession is for you, the better our chances will be of pulling her over to our side. She will be torn between her duty and her instinct. Hopefully our plan will work. Please, Nanami, won't you come to me? Please.
Why are you just standing around? Get moving already!
No, Nanami! Look at me! You want me, don't you? Yes, I will be all yours. If you'll come to me. Nanami, I'm sorry.
Hiko! Wait, Hiko! Everyone move to the back of the train!
Hey, Akira. Hey, dude. Man, you're a lot faster than I thought you'd be. I really had to run to catch up with you. There's no need to be worried. Everything's cool. I won't hurt you. I just want the 2 of us to talk. Okay?
It's too late. I didn't mean for this to happen. I thought that things were going to be different, you know? But they're not. Nothing has changed at all.
Listen.
The weak will always be that way. And the strong will always take advantage of them. I guess that's just the way the world works. I can't keep on living like this. I just can't do it anymore.
No, don't say that, Hiko. Things can be different. Don't just give up. Let's talk about this. I'm here for you.
Akira, I wish I would have talked to you more when I had the chance. None of this would have happened.
It's not too late to make a change. It's never too late.
I had one friend. Thanks, Akira.
No!
Eternity. It's like a long and winding river with no end in sight. Unless you have something to keep you afloat, you're sure to be washed away and drown.
Oh no!
My. What a sad ending to your little love story. But when you think about it, I guess that's the way to go. If you're going to die, it might as well be at the hands of the one you love. Don't cry, my little piglet. I'll be sending your boyfriend to hell right behind you. You've caused enough problems, you brat! It's time to die! What the hell? Who are you? Wait, is that you, princess? Look at you. My goodness, that's quite a transformation. I can't wait to tell the 3 clans that little Mina's all grown up. This is fantastic. I'm sure they'd love to know the truth about you.
No one who sees this form ever lives to talk about it, Hysterica.
Is that so? Then I'll be the first! Oh no! Those innocent children are going to fall to their deaths! That was impressive. Not only did you dutifully save a human brat, but you also saved the body of a dead girl. Bravo! That's quite a feat. You're a piece of work. Too bad it was in vain. Once I send out the self-destruct code, it's over. You'll be blown sky high. There's still time to stop me, though. All you have to do is drop the boy and the corpse, then come up here and kill me. Go ahead. You can't do it, can you? I suspected as much. Ha! You disappoint me. I really don't think that you're worthy of being the leader of our new world order.
You're with Telomere. I knew it.
Guess I'm the winner of this round. Now you'll be forced to live for eternity as a slave to the 3 clans. I've got some information you're going to love. I know a secret about Princess Mina.
Well, hello, Hysterica. What are you so excited about?
But I didn't call you. You're still alive, my piglet. But why are you attacking your master?
You are no longer her master, Hysterica. You see, the stake that Nanami was stabbed with was actually hollow. Inside of it was a DNA culture that was extracted from her new master. Me.
You took her over?
I was able to beat you at your own game. She is no longer under your control. She's mine now. It's all over. Who knows, you might have been victorious if only you had blown us to smithereens when you had the chance. But you let your ego get in the way, and you were too arrogant to realize your mistakes. I win.
I thought we were going to finish what we started, Francesca. How could you? You lied. You said we'd always be together. Fran.
Princess.
Vera?
I was the one who turned Francesca into a vampire. I couldn't bear to watch her die after her entire family was killed by the Spanish flu.
Well, it's all over now. She can be free. Nanami, I want you to come and work for me.
Sure. Whatever you say, Princess.
Once you enter the Bund, you'll never be able to see Yuzuru again. Will you still come with me, knowing that?
Vera?
Yes?
Have you ever regretted becoming a vampire?
Not once. I have no regrets.
peaceful afternoon after the terrorism turmoil had seemingly ended. Everything appeared to be calm within the Bund.
This place is beautiful, isn't it?
It is. But are you sure that it's okay for us to join you?
Of course it is. Though you are a servant to the princess, when you're not on duty, you are considered a friend. You're welcome here.
Nanami was now living with Yuzuru in the Vampire Bund. Princess Mina had taken her in as one of her maids, and she was also allowed to return to school.
Are you becoming accustomed to it?
Yeah. It takes some getting used to it first, but I'd do anything to be with Nanami. I can't thank you and Akira enough.
That is so incredibly sweet. You two are precious.
We started to believe that our lives were finally peaceful. It felt like all was well with the world. So where is Akira anyway?
I don't know. I invited him to come, but he declined. He told me that he had to take care of some business.
But suddenly, our tale took a cruel new turn.
Oh well, he's missing out. We can have plenty of fun without him. Yeah!
The events that unfolded between that moment and the following morning scarred each of us forever. Me, Princess Mina, and Akira. The memory of that day would haunt all of us for years to come.
I'm surprised. When I called you, I honestly didn't think you were going to meet me. You're such an obedient werewolf.
Well, it's not like I had much of a choice. You've helped me out in the past, so I kind of owed you one.
Are you saying that you feel indebted to me?
Indebted is such a strong word. Anyway, I've got some questions that only you can answer for me.
From the top, I'm 32, 23, 33. And just so you know, I'm a virgin. You don't believe me? I'm not lying. However, you could be my first.
What is wrong with you? We're in public in the middle of the day.
So you only do it at night? Pervert.
Just who are you calling a pervert? Oh!
Do you like it?
Why, you...
Catch me if you can.
Damn it!
This water feels great. You should come and join me, Akira.
Lunatic.
Looks like I won our little game of tag.
Yeah, whatever. May Rin, your shirt.
What?
I can't believe you. Why aren't you wearing a bra or something? You can see right through.
I guess you caught me.
Come on, let's get out of here. Jeez, don't you have any modesty? Did you seriously think I was gonna be cool with that?
Well, I certainly didn't expect to get yelled at for giving you a peek. Are you jealous? You don't want any other guys seeing the goods, huh?
Alright, I think you've had enough fun at my expense. Can we get down to business now?
Looks like someone can't handle being teased. You're no fun, Akira.
Just leave me alone, would you? Those flowers.
I've seen them before. They're cleomes. They're different from other flowers because they only bloom at night.
They bloom at night?
They go by another name as well. Go ahead and take a closer look at them. Do they remind you of anything?
They kind of look like flowers with butterflies on them.
Exactly. They're butterfly flowers. You know, there's a heartbreaking legend about them. It said that there was once a butterfly that was searching for love. One day it came upon another beautiful butterfly, and it was love at first sight. But the butterfly soon realized that his love remained perfectly still on top of a flower. His beloved never moved a single inch. Even so, he continued to woo his love day and night, while his life slowly slipped away from him. The butterfly eventually ran out of strength and fell to the ground. Meanwhile, his love's wings fluttered in the wind. Although his beloved looked like another butterfly, turns out it was in fact a flower. A cleome that simply stood there with its petals swaying in the breeze.
A butterfly flower. That reminds me of...
Are you having a good time?
Yeah. I know that it's not possible, but it would be even nicer if we could be out in the sun.
Well, we can make that happen. Believe it or not, this castle was built with a special function that allows sunlight in with just the touch of a button. You're so mean! Don't tease me like that! Cut it out!
You know, I thought vampires were supposed to be more stylish than humans.
Are you making a snide remark about my swimsuit?
No, it's just not what I expected. I don't know. When you transform, you just look so...
I asked you to never speak of what you saw that day, Yuki. I've been in this immature form for quite a while now. As a result, most people treat me like a child. So I've taken to dressing like one, even though I find it embarrassing and totally out of character. I find even Akira treats me like a child, though he knows better.
But why don't you like the other form?
Oh, I do. I wish I could stay that way forever. I dream of someday being a size that matches Akira, and will finally be able to embrace. Although I may complain about my childish appearance, I am truly grateful for this body. It's kept me from doing the unthinkable, and it gives Akira a reason to stay by my side.
That makes sense.
What? Princess, a message from the Port Authority. 3 ships, the Abokia, the Kremlin, and the Sansushi, are currently approaching the Bund.
I learned a lot today. You really know your flowers, huh?
No, it's just that Cleomes were the favorite flower of someone who's important to me. I gotta tell you, I'm surprised that you weren't able to recognize those flowers yourself. It's obvious that your memory isn't completely back yet. The main reason I asked you to meet me here today, Akira, is so that I could assess your memory loss and see how much of it is returned.
Why is that?
I'm sorry, but I can't tell you. All I'll say is that when you do remember, blood will flow.
Just who are you, Mayran?
I've already told you that.
Well, I don't believe you.
That doesn't really matter. Just know that you're not all alone in this world. I understand you more than anyone. More than any human. More than any vampire. I'm the only one who truly understands you.
What do you mean?
Very soon you'll be faced with a dilemma the likes of which you've never experienced before. I'm on your side. I want to see you survive if possible. Akira. The 3 clans?
That's correct. They are the 3 living true blood lineages. Long ago, hundreds of vampire clans ruled various territories throughout the world. We prospered far and wide. Unfortunately, only 3 of those clans have been able to survive. Lee, Ivanovic, and Rosenman. They are my subjects and my blood relatives. They're also my nemesis.
Nemesis?
There is an internal feud of sorts that's been going on for centuries now. Because we live for eternity, our quarrels are quite lengthy and not easily abated. So what do you think of my fighting outfit?
Fighting outfit?
There's no need to worry, it won't get physical. Causing harm to me would mean the end of our race. They don't have the nerve to touch me. They have no power over me. They have reduced themselves to plotting, intimidation, and deception. In their minds, another word for ruler is trickster.
Princess, shouldn't you wait until Akira comes back?
I can't. This is my problem. I cannot allow him to get involved.
Why not? He can protect you.
I've spared him from this aspect of my life, and I shall continue to do so. There are some things even he doesn't need to know. Don't worry, Yuki. I will not lose to them. I promise.
Good luck, Princess.
What?
She told me not to say anything to you, but I thought you should know.
Is this what you were talking about?
Great, so you're gonna go anyway, aren't you?
Yeah,
Tell me, why are you so fixated on the princess?
because I made a promise.
Is that all?
No.
I knew it. Don't forget. No matter how much the butterfly may wish for it, he can never be with the flower.
How good of you gentlemen to pay a visit to my new home.
I hope you could forgive us for stopping by unannounced. We waited to be invited to the housewarming with bated breath, but our impatience got the best of us. Shall I assume the invitation was lost in the mail?
My sincerest apologies, gentlemen. I'm afraid it's been one troublesome incident after another around here.
You mean telomere?
The world around us is continually changing, despite the fact that you sit in your castles, simply glaring at one another.
I find it quite amusing you're using the telomere as an excuse, Princess. It's become quite obvious that you've chosen to ignore us, your guardians, as you continue to push your own plans forward.
Sorry, are you implying that I should ask the 3 of you for permission whenever I want to do something? Though we are blood relatives, I am still your master. I kindly ask that you do not interfere with my matters.
I've had enough of your impudence. Let's be honest, though we belong to a true blood lineage, the royal family's power means very little anymore. Your ruler of the vampires act can no longer go on without us.
It is you 3 who mean little now. Let me ask you this. You allowed this to become the Tepesh royal castle, did you not? Have you not permitted me to live here as ruler all of this time without question? You 3 have continually tried to constrain me. You have stood in my way and reprimanded me for my actions, and yet this castle was built on my behalf. Was it not? I'm still here. That more than anything is proof of my rule over not only you, but all vampires. Don't you see, gentlemen? There is no one who can rule over me.
You've become quite the spitfire recently, haven't you? I see your point, and perhaps you're right, that there is no one among the vampires who can control you. However, even if that is the case, you still cannot defy the principles of our lineage. You haven't forgotten about that, have you? Of course you haven't, my bride to be.
What do you mean I can't?
Sorry, but it's a direct order from the princess herself. Akira Kaburagi is not allowed on the island.
Oh, man. This is ridiculous. I'll just have to call someone.
you know you have a responsibility to the vampire race. As the head of the royal family, you are entrusted with...
Believe me, I am well aware of my duty. I must partner with another noble of the true blood lineage and produce an heir that will keep the lineage intact.
That's correct. We four are the only vampires left who carry the bloodline of the ancient clans. And the only one among us who can carry a child is you, my dear Princess Mina. You will be forced to marry one of us and then bear that man's child. That is our lineage's responsibility to the vampire race. It is our fate.
And I would never dare to question fate. You do realize that this puts me in quite a predicament. If only there was a way for this immature female body to bear a child. Then I would be happy to go forth with my duty and marry one of you gentlemen.
Yes, so you have continually said.
All the while, we three have continued to circle around you, patiently waiting in a holding pattern.
We've grown weary of playing that game, Princess. So we decided to make things more interesting by placing a little wager.
What kind of wager?
Well, we have heard there is an Earth-clan pup who's been stuck to your side as of late. Rumor has it the two of you are quite fond of one another.
Akira has nothing to do with this.
I'm told the dog is currently in Corridor 4. Put us through. I know that you're watching. Can you hear me, werewolf? Upon our arrival to the Bund, each of us released a deadly assassin from our clan. They've been ordered to hunt you down.
We've chosen our strongest and most vicious subordinates to stand off against you.
None of their targets have ever survived an attack.
Voices! The three clans? In case you hadn't already noticed, you are their target. The beloved wolf pup of Princess Mina. The master of the assassin who slays you by dawn will be the winner of our wager, and shall marry Princess Mina. You should feel honored to have been chosen to take on such an important role. Now die. Damn it! Well, let the dog hunt begin, yes?
Stop it! Call up your assassins at once!
I don't understand why you're upset. The boy is just a lowly servant.
No, that's not true. Akira means much more
Because
to me.
he's your beloved, you can't fool me, Princess. He is nothing but a lowly werewolf. You cannot be with him. It simply can't happen. The two of you are separated by lineage and lifespan. It's impossible for you to make a life together. He is of the other world. Princess, you need to realize, whether you like it or not, you only have three options. If you choose him over us, then you'll be turning your back on the entire vampire race. But the choice is yours.
No matter how much the butterfly may wish for it.
So you're telling me everything those guys from the three clans were saying about being her future husband?
I'm afraid it's all true. The princess is obligated to marry and bear the child of one of those men in order to preserve the royal family's bloodline. Ah, come on, kid. You didn't seriously think you were going to be with her forever, did you?
I just figured...
Are you kidding me? It's not going to happen. You and the princess come from two different worlds. Your time together's almost up.
Do you know what she's doing right now?
She's fighting back, the only way she can. It's probably happening as we speak.
A purity inquiry?
That's correct. It's a physical exam to determine whether or not her body is pure enough to be the royal mother.
How could they do that?
It's an inquiry in name only. In reality, it's a display of power. What they're doing is essentially reminding the princess of who's in charge, that her body belongs to the three clans. It's the stigma spray. I'll put the top up.
I don't
understand. What reason do they have for making the princess go through all this?
Are you sure that you want to know?
Yes, tell me.
A long time ago, there was a civil war within vampire society. Rosenmond Lee and Ivanovic's clans revolted against the royal family. They were able to overthrow and completely absorb the other clans, leaving them as the last three standing. Then they invaded Tepish territory. They burned the royal castle and harassed the people. Our ruler at the time, Queen Lucrezia, was driven from her land, and she died at their hands.
What?
But they knew our race would face the prospect of extinction if they ended the true blood lineage. So they let Princess Mina live, but merely as a vessel of royal blood. In exchange for her life, she would have to undergo a purity inquiry every decade. A long time has passed since then, and the development of the artificial blood known as stigma has freed us from our fate. We no longer have to feed on humans to survive, and as a result, we are living beside them. The darkness and the light, which were once so separate, have started to blend. We dwell in more of a twilight now. This intermixing has caused some confusion, which has bred radical groups like Telomere, which are comprised of both vampires and humans. On the bright side, this new relationship we have with the human race has allowed the princess to build the vampire bund. However, I worry that she will forever be constrained by the three clans. With each inquiry, it's as if they're saying, "You may be our ruler, but one day your body will be ours." They've attempted to capture her spirit as well, but thankfully she's fought hard to keep that from happening.
Princess.
I'm sorry you had to witness the inquiry. Forgive me. But now you know what it means to be ruler of the vampires.
This is horrible. I can't even imagine what you're going through. You have to tell Akira about...
No! I don't want him to see me. Not when I'm so weak. I can't see him. Not like this.
But I bet he could help you get out of this situation.
Don't be ridiculous. Akira could never solve this problem for me. You're wrong!
Princess, he cares more about you than anybody else in this world.
What? I was just thinking about the first time I ever met Akira.
Are you talking about 7 years ago?
No, it was 10 years before that. The first time I met him was just a few hours after he was born. I had just been subjected to an inquiry back then, too. I couldn't help but feel that he was my salvation. No longer would I feel so utterly alone. Akira, Akira, where are you? Please hurry back. I need you to save me.
So let me get this straight. Whoever kills me wins the bet, is that it?
Yeah, and nobody's gonna come help you.
That's fine by me. If scheming, hate, and madness are the chains holding the princess down, I'll cut through every last one of them.
Just be careful out there, kid. You're starting to sound like someone from Telomere. I don't suppose you remember what you saw on that mission a year ago. I guess that's the last little piece of your memory that hasn't made it back to you quite yet.
How can you be so sure?
Because I don't think you would be acting like this right now if you had your memory back completely. I might side with the three clans depending on how you react when you get that piece back. But for now, I'm on your side. Just take care of yourself, all right?
So it's safe for me to assume you're not going to be an enemy. At least for the time being?
Yeah.
Do me a favor and give a message to the princess. Tell her that I won't die, and I promise to come back to her alive. And please, remind her to stay strong.
I'll pass that along.
I will come back, princess.
Princess. I see things haven't changed since the old days. There's no sense in moping around feeling sorry for yourself. Don't forget, there's someone out there who's risking his very life to set you free.
Alphonse, did you see Akira?
Yes, and he asked me to deliver a message for him. He said to tell you he won't die. He promises to come back to you alive. And he wants you to stay strong.
But how can he promise that? I mean, considering what he's up against.
He's determined to defeat each of the assassins that have been sent after him. He's out there on his own, fighting 3 extremely skilled hired killers with nothing but his wits. Anyone else would run for their life, but he's determined to fight. And it's all for you, Princess.
So he wants me to be strong for him. He wants me to fight. Then I'll gladly do so. Yuki, bring Barrett to me. Right. Thank you, Alphonse.
Don't die on me, kid.
Sir Alphonse.
Go ahead and laugh. I'm a child's messenger. Telomere.
Yes, it seems the organization has secretly placed their pawns in this game as well.
Pardon? Could you please say that again?
I said that I would like to participate in your little game with a wager of my own. I bet you gentlemen that Akira will survive your assassin's attacks and come back here alive. And if I lose, I shall give you my body, my future, and my entirety.
Well, this is quite a surprise.
It would appear that the odds are stacked against you, Princess.
Yes, but I thought that was the definition of gambling. To risk something. Akira's out there fighting all alone. The least I can do is put my own life on the line as well.
Now, when you say you'll give us your entirety, is that also including your True Blood legacy?
Ivanovic!
Well, Princess, are you prepared to surrender that as well?
The True Blood legacy? What is he talking about?
Answer me now!
That's exactly what entirety means. You don't doubt me, do you?
That's all I need to know.
The stakes to our little wager have been raised exponentially.
Our assassins have spun a little web to catch that wolf pup of yours.
Let's see if he can shoo his way out. I highly doubt it.
Damn it. I can't even get close to her. Here goes nothing. Why? What the hell was I thinking? How could I be so stupid?
Let's make a deal, Akira Kabaraki. I will let you survive if you'll be honest with me. 1 year ago, you went to the ruins of the Tepish Royal Castle on a secret mission led by your father, Wolfgang Regendorf. It said that you discovered a grave secret about the legacy of the True Bloods that day. What did you see in the castle? Akira Kabaragi, tell me, what did you see?
I swear, you can be such a numbskull, Akira.
Ren?
But you know, it's one of the things I love about you. Vampires are tough, huh? I was worried about you for a second there.
Ren, I didn't know you.
One assassin down and one to go.
May I have your attention? This is an important message from the Special Zone government. Hostile clan operatives have infiltrated the Bund. They aim to capture and kill Akira Kabaragi,
A devoted servant of Princess Mina's. They are likely locked in combat at this moment. We ask that all citizens please refrain from going outside until the situation has been resolved.
I had no idea that you're a beast person just like me.
Sorry I never told you. I'm the sole survivor of a race that was destroyed during the civil war between the clans. So what's the matter, Akira? Why did you allow yourself to be so badly wounded? You should have transformed.
I tried to, but I couldn't. Damn. I don't know what's wrong.
Must have been a real shock to you. Being betrayed by the princess like that.
What are you talking about?
I can only assume that's how you felt. You didn't know that she was engaged to someone else, did you? Shock like that can really throw off your whole system. You know, as beast people, we're not able to transform unless our bodies allow it. Take this sedative, but be careful, it's kind of strong.
But I don't feel betrayed by the princess. She's fighting for her life against the 3 clans, despite the humiliation they've put her through.
Because that's her duty. As the ruler of the vampires, she has no choice. Hey, you gotta stop. Just give it up. Don't you remember what I said the last time we met? No matter how much he may desire it, the butterfly can never be with the flower. Can you feel it? That's my heart beating in my chest. Don't you see, we're different from them. Because we both have a beating heart. Humans and vampires, neither race would accept us if they knew what we really are. I am the only one who understands you, what you're going through. And only I can love you. Akira. How could you?
Damn it, why won't you die?
I don't understand. Why are you being so hateful to me all of a sudden? I've been so worried about you. That evil Princess Mina hasn't gotten to you, has she? Please, Akira, tell me what you saw that day. What was it that you saw at the Tepish Castle that made you lose your memory? Tell me, and I'll let you do whatever you want to my body.
I've had enough, you monster! How dare you defile Yuki!
I was trying to be nice to you, but it's too late. I'll just make you tell me! Why won't you tell me? It's the least you can do! After you tore into my heart and dumped me!
I'm done playing games. You better tell me what you saw that day.
Akira.
Princess.
You're safe now. I'm here for you. And you can tell me anything, okay? Please, Akira. Tell me. I want to know what you saw.
Don't call my name with that voice.
What is the matter with you, Akira? Don't you recognize your beloved Mina?
Don't call my name with that voice. And in that
Please, Akira. Don't you die on me.
Though Akira had regained most of his memory, there was...
They've been destroyed. Now that just leaves me and her.
It sounds like he's hurting pretty bad.
Does he have an ouchie?
Don't worry, he'll be fine. He must be having a nightmare. I'm going after him, Princess.
Thanks for saving me.
They were so excited. Kept saying that I had to fix you because you're the princess's knight.
My mommy's a nurse. She'll make your ouchies go away.
I work at a special zone government healthcare clinic here on the Bund. We have some werewolves who come in, so I knew how to treat your wounds.
Hey, could you promise? Please save her. You have to.
She's counting on you, mister.
I've only got 3 hours until it's dawn. Princess, what does it all mean?
I don't suppose you remember what you saw on that mission a year ago.
You discovered a great secret about the legacy of the True Bloods.
You okay, mister?
I'd better go. It's almost dawn.
This way.
What's going on?
Everyone here is a fangless vampire. We live together in the steel front beneath the Bund.
Take this with you. Don't want you getting hungry out there.
Please be careful, okay?
Whatever you do, don't die on us.
The princess is very special to us. She's the only leader who's ever given us hope.
Go get those bastards.
You gotta get through this, okay? For the princess's sake.
By removing our fangs and refusing to feed off of humans, we have chosen a life of isolation. We had resigned ourselves to believe that was simply our lot in life, and we could never belong to human or vampire society. But when the princess built the Bund, she created a place especially for us. She gathered fangless vampires living in isolation all over the world, and we formed a family. She has brought so much joy to our lives. We would be lost if it wasn't for our Princess Mina.
You okay, mister?
I promise you, I will not be defeated. I will make it back alive. This is the utopia the princess has created for the fangless. This is what she was fighting to protect. I'm ready. I can do this.
You won't be able to transform because the cellular transformation blockers haven't worn off yet. So please be careful.
So tell me, what is this true blood legacy that Ivanovic is talking about? Don't play dumb with me.
Please do not take offense. We refrain from telling you about it, because we do not fully know the details ourselves, Princess.
Wolf, stop!
I'm sorry, but I don't see the point in being secretive any longer.
So, you want to tell me why? Cellular transformation blockers. They're drugs used to temporarily suppress cellular activity when a beast person is undergoing surgery. They take about 3 hours to take effect. How do I know this? Because the only thing I ate before this game of tag was one of your pieces of hard candy. Why, Mayren? Why did you do it? Why did you set me up like that?
I've been waiting for this moment for a very long time. 3 clans and Mina Tepesh. The leaders of the vampire world are finally together in the same room. Now I can turn them all into ash at once. That's what I must do for the person who is dear to me. And just so you know, I'm not talking about Rosamond.
Let me guess. It's the girl I saw in that castle who looks like the princess.
Well, it seems like you finally remembered everything.
During the mission we conducted 1 year ago, Akira stumbled upon the True Blood legacy. Although he was badly injured when we found him, I suspect his memory loss was self-induced. We still have no idea what he saw down there.
It was that traumatic for him? What is this legacy?
I'm afraid only Akira would know the answer to that.
All we know is whatever it is was left behind by the True Blood lineage. I highly doubt Rosamond and the others know any more than we do.
It is said that the legacy involves the blood of the True Bloods, Princess.
But what does that mean?
Time is essentially at a standstill for the vampire race. We've been cut off from the evolutionary cycle, and eventually we'll all be turned into ash.
Supposedly, with the True Blood legacy, we're able to move forward, thus providing for us a future.
So it was you. You're the one I saw with her at the castle that day. Tell me, who the hell is she?
She's the one who's given me a reason to live. She's been treated cruelly and has had her existence erased just like me. Even so, she continues to fight. She is my princess.
Mayren, come with me. That's the name I've given you. Don't you think it's cute?
She gave me everything, my name, my freedom, a reason for being. My people, the Forest Clan, were endangered, and I was being kept as a pet when she rescued me. She has done so much for me that I long to return the favor. I will do whatever it takes to make sure the door to the New World Order is opened. Then we will crown my princess as our rightful queen. Vampires and humans alike will have no choice but to bow before her.
What? Mayren, you're with... Telomere? So you were involved from the very beginning?
Well, come on, think about it. We can't let you find the True Blood legacy.
This legacy you keep mentioning, does it have anything to do with all those clones I saw? Or is it that blood-looking stuff she poured on top of them?
I guess you could say it's a little of both. The vampire race would not have a future without them. We could not survive without both. The blood of True Bloods, and either your princess or mine. Aren't you the least bit worried? I mean, after seeing all of those clones? What if your princess isn't the real Mina Tepesh?
That's a joke.
You must be kidding me. Countess Elizabeth Bathory, Gilgamesh, Emperor Qin Shi Huang. Those with power ultimately end up on a treasure hunt hoping to find an elixir that might extend their lifespan. I guess the Tepish aren't exempt.
Princess.
I don't care to discuss this anymore. Forgive me, but I have much more important things to worry about. I have faith in Akira. Whatever this true blood legacy may be, the promise he made to me means that it will never fall into the wrong hands.
Remember what you told me? You said that we were the only ones who can truly understand each other. So I'm sure you know what I mean. When I say that in my book, the princess I made a promise to is the only princess there is.
Yeah, I know. And I also feel the same way about mine. She's the only one who matters to me. We've let them take over our lives. We're both crazy. We're butterflies in love with flowers, willing to sacrifice mind, body, and every drop of blood without any regret. This is Agni's blood that's been modified for beast people. Want to try to take it out?
Hey, Rin.
Don't worry, I'm not gonna die alone. Because your beloved princess will be right beside me when I detonate it. Now, how about one last dance, Akira? Only one can be the true ruler. The question is, will it be your princess or mine?
It's a shame things have to end this way. I actually liked you.
It's almost daybreak.
So those two are the only ones still alive?
My word. This show is incredibly entertaining. Wouldn't you agree, Princess?
It's all over, Akira.
Damn it, she got him.
Akira. No! Princess, please! Don't look away! Akira said he would live. He made a promise that he would return to me. And I know that he keeps his promises, even to the death. Don't give up. You have to keep fighting, Akira! Your Mina is waiting for you.
I'm coming, princess. I'm so sorry. I made you cry again. Just hang on. I will come back to you.
I was thinking, Akira, I know why our princesses loved us so much. Because we kept them from being all alone. I must admit, I'm happy. I never thought that I would die with someone holding me. Oh, Akira.
My what?
The show's over, gentlemen.
That's ridiculous. He must have cheated. I want a rematch.
A bet is a bet. The three of you are true blood nobles, and as such, I suggest you proceed with honor and decorum.
You dare to scold us, lowly vermin!
Wolf, show yourself!
I told him we shouldn't have trusted you. You deceived us, you little brat.
Dear Princess, did you really think such a small army would frighten the noble leaders of the three clans?
She was seen with sunlight.
Where did it come from?
The interior of this castle is fitted with a special optical fiber. It captures sunlight from the exterior, which we can then emit inside the building. Just the touch of a button, and and we can flood this entire room with sunlight if we so choose.
I know that you're bluffing, because if you were to do that, you'd kill your own master as well.
I rule half the world, that of the darkness, which means you should live by my word. I was raised to rule over you. I have fought to keep my title. I will not let it go so easily. If you refuse to honor me and continue to insist that I kneel before you, I shall turn us all into ash here and now. So choose! Either die with me and our race is wiped out, or honor your ruler and bow before me. You have served as my guardians for so very long. You have my gratitude. Now I would like for you to return to your domains and focus on your domestic affairs. You came back! Akira! 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 Akira!
Please smile. Do it for me, princess. There you go. Beautiful smile. It's why I...
Men, 3 howls for the warrior. Ow! Ow!
Thank you. You've done so much for me. I hope you have pleasant dreams, Mayren. So your friend served someone who looked just like me, but she never told you any more than that. I wonder who she is.
Why, does it worry you?
Only because it means that someday she and I will be forced to come face to face. Nothing good can come of that. I'm sure there will be much bloodshed on that day. Akira, is your arm feeling better?
Yeah. I'm just really glad they were able to reattach it. There's almost no pain now.
That's good, I'm glad.
I have to tell you, Princess, it's pretty shocking to find out that there's something like this beneath the bund.
I call it the cradle. I think of it as a place for eternal napping, far away from the hustle and bustle of everyone and everything living life up above.
A butterfly.
Akira, so on that day 7 years ago, you gave me my wish, a promise that remains unbroken. I think that it's my turn to hear your wish now.
I want you to be by my side, Princess. All I want is for you to be with me until my final moments.
Are you sure? I may not be the only Mina Tepesh out there. What if I'm not the real one?
Well, you're the only princess that matters to me.
In that case, I swear to you here and now, I promise I will always be with you until either you or I move on from this life. We are bound